Orioles' first of the year. It's the Orioles on Macedon back at Camden Yards on another beautiful evening. It's game 2 of this 3-game set. The Rays and the Orioles with the victory last night, find themselves in first place alone. 1 game ahead of the Rays as we head into this Saturday night affair. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome for the Orioles. A tremendous ball game last night in which they hung in, grounded out, as their manager likes to say. Got the big hit, as you saw right there from Nick Johnson, and put it away. Great defensive plays early in the ball game. Hardy Flaherty in the first inning on ground balls, and then came a play at the plate. Matt Wieters is developing into maybe the best catcher in Major League Baseball. He was the 5th overall pick in 2007, first for the Orioles, and is he living up to the expectations? It has been quite a week for him. You take a look back in Boston. It was Marlon Byrd. Byrd had the opportunity at the plate. First collision of the week. Show him the ball. There it is, you're out. Then last night on the relay throw from Robert Andino, Sean Rodriguez just clumped him, showed him the ball. They still got it, you're out. Pass balls none, caught stealing first, putouts third, catcher ERA when he's behind the plate 3.05, second best in his 7 home runs, lead All-American League catchers. Jim Palmer, he has become the real stud of the ball club.
Well, he really has, and switch hitter, throws well, won the Gold Glove, as you mentioned, and for years we've seen teams either come in here or the Orioles go on the road. Their players are better than ours. Well, I don't think there's a better catcher in baseball than Matt Wieters. The little things the Orioles are doing. I mean, again, Matt doesn't get to make those plays if you don't do the little things. All the things you practice in spring training, the relays, but they're 5-2 in 1-run games. They're 6-1 in 2-run games. So all of a sudden, the Orioles are winning games that they don't usually win. And last night, I'm driving home and I'm going, how did they ever win this ball game? Again, they got the key hits. There were home runs, but again, the little things and a great defense, and that makes the difference.
And now it's up to Brian Mattis. The Orioles trying to solidify this rotation really need Brian Mattis to come through and put together some good starts.
Well, he needs to do it. I see a guy. Funny, you talk to the scouts. Rick Williams, whose dad's in the Hall of Fame, is a great manager. He's the van scout for the Yankees. Said, boy, he really threw the ball a lot better the other day against the Rangers, but he didn't pitch well, Gary. And, we need to see him get comfortable. I don't know what that's going to take. Command both sides of the plate, which is what he does when he pitches well. And all of a sudden, take a deep breath and just go out there and compete. And hopefully that'll be the case tonight.
And another roster change for the Orioles. We'll talk about that because the person who's on the roster for the first time is going to be in the lineup tonight. Game 2 coming up. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Jeep. Jeep and the unique brand of freedom you'll find only in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. It is a gorgeous evening here in Baltimore. Take a look at our train game time temperature under mostly clear skies. It is 80 degrees to start the ball game tonight and virtually no breeze in the yard. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Let's take a look at the Dodge starting lineup for Tampa Bay. It'll be Zobrist, Rodriguez, and Upton, Keppinger, Geyer, and Scott, Johnson, Jimenez, and Rhymes. And you see the cleanup batter, Keppinger. There are the numbers on the season. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com. Check out their powerful lineup.
Take a look at our AFCIA Intelligent Report. Visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Well, get it right. That could mean a lot of things. Pitch well, win, whatever, but get it right as far as Brian Mattis. Right-handers have worn him out this year, 339. Again, for the career, 302. Breathe, relax, and pitch. Boy, maybe some early inning success, something he didn't have against the Rangers. And then my mama says life is like a box of chocolates. Forrest Gump, you don't always know what you're going to get with Brian Mattis. He wants to be better, and the Orioles certainly would applaud if he can do that. He, was pretty good in spring training, a lot better stuff, but again, sometimes just throws. The windup hasn't been consistent. Hopefully that will change.
And we are ready to go as Ben Zobrist will stand in the battle of left-handers will take place here in game 2. Zobrist had an 0 for 2 last night. He did pick up 3 walks. Pitch will miss away. He's now taken over the number 1 spot in walks in the American League with the 3 that he picked up last night, matching a career high in free passes in a game. Zobrist will take that one away. They know about Brian Mattis, how he's not been able to find the strike zone. Plus, they take pitches anyway, so they're going to wait.
Only one team in baseball, and that's at least in the American League, Cleveland, with a better amount of walks. And again, all 3 of them, you know what you have to do. The first one was about 3 or 4 feet outside, tried to make an adjustment down, and then that one wasn't close either.
So a 3-0 count on Ben Zobrist. Zobrist hitting just 204 in the delivery to him, and he will take the strike. He has the greatest differential as far as his average and on-base percentage of anyone in baseball, and it's all because of all the walks he's picked up. 3-1 delivery to him, and Mattis comes back on him and makes it 3-2.
Yeah, just again trying to throw the ball in the middle of the plate. Probably not going to go there. There's the glove from Esposito, and there's the strike.
3-ball, 2-strike delivery. Zobrist will take it, and he's on. Last night, the defense early in the ball game may well have changed the complexion of the entire game. They got a great play at third base from Flaherty in the first inning, followed up by a magnificent play on Upton made by Hardy to help the cause.
Yeah, and again, maybe a little bit different. Billy Hall gets called up from Norfolk and left. Jones, Markakis, that's your outfield. Tollison, who played against the Rangers at third. Hardy, Andino, Betamit moving from left to first. And then Esposito. Luis up about a week behind the plate. There's a strike.
There's Sean Rodriguez. There is Hall. Finding out what his number would be, and the Orioles have had to place Mark Reynolds on the 15-day DL. Strained left oblique is the problem, and Mark Reynolds on the DL today, and Hall takes his place. That pitch is another strike on the outside corner. Vic Carapazza has the plate tonight in this umpiring crew. Rodriguez hitting just .229, but he does have a 9-game hit streak going.
Yeah, 10 for 30, so he's been hitting well. Last night, that single, a ground ball to the left of J.J. Hardy.
The 0-2 is going to go to short. Here's the chance to Andino. Double play.
Well, we'll come back and probably show you the pitch. And again, they're trying to get way in. He doesn't get it in, but the stuff's good enough. The count's good enough where he can't quite get to it. Routine, as long as you catch it. Hardy does that better than any American League shortstop. And Andino, again, a former shortstop, learning to play second base because of the injury last year to Brian Roberts, just turns it easily.
So Brian Mattis really gets some defensive help right there. Great way to eliminate that leadoff walk. And here is Upton. 2 down. B.J. Upton hitting third, fouls it back. He had an 0 for 3 in the ballgame last night.
So there you go. We talked about breathing and relaxing and not throwing, pitching. And I hadn't seen 93 all year. Now, it doesn't mean a whole lot, but it does mean getting the arm out in front and throwing downhill. And that is what he did when he broke the 12-game losing streak in New York. Did it for about 6 innings that night. Terrific pitching.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Upton. Upton's 4 for 11 lifetime off Brian Mattis. The 1-1 delivery, and he's going to add to it with a base hit to left field. So Upton picks up the single with 2 down, and I think he broke the bat on that one as well, but he gets the base hit. This Tampa Bay team trying to get out of a funk they're in. They've lost 5 of their last 6 ball games against left-handers this season. They've done pretty well. Their batting average not particularly high. They're 5 and 6 against left-handed starters. 252 off lefties, 242 off right-handers. Keppinger gets the cleanup hole. Exposito's able to hang on to it.
Little late movement from Brian Mattis' fastball.
Why is Keppinger hitting cleanup against left-handers? His batting average is .414.
Well, that and the fact Longoria is on the DL with a hamstring problem. They really miss him and Desmond Jennings, and doesn't mean that Keppinger would probably still be playing because of his ability to hit left-handers.
He'll take that one, and it goes to 1 ball, 1 strike from Mattis. Mattis obviously has had problems with pitch counts in the starts. 14 so far in this inning. In order to stay in the ball game and go deep, he has to be more efficient than he has been. Here's the 1-1 delivery down to third and foul, and he'll go up 1-2. Take a look at our PNC Inside the Numbers, brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. The Rays offense versus left-handers. You tell me. I don't understand this, but it's the fact. Their batting average at home and on the road against lefties, on base percentage, slugging percentage, at bats per extra base hit on the road, wonderful. At home, a disaster. How can that be? Runner goes. They got him picked off. Maybe. Throw's not going to be in time.
Yep.
Betemit had a problem getting the ball out of the glove to make the throw from first to Hardy at short, and as a result, Upton's going to get a stolen base.
Yeah, and again, he's got to try to come towards. Let's see if he moves. See, he doesn't move a whole lot. It's not a very good throw, so he has to reach down, and then he's got to get an angle. Remember, B.J. Upton in his way. But again, if the throw's up, he's probably dead at second, but he beats it because of the low pickoff.
Third stolen base. Exposito able to knock it down. There's one of those rare occasions where a team will get a stolen base and it will not be charged against the catcher. And Upton does that. He's now 3 for 3, and he gets in scoring position with a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Keppinger. Keppinger with that open stance, 2 eyes out against the left-hander. And a check swing and a ball inside, and he did not go around. Jerry Davis at first base.
I'm going to take a look. Good breaking ball under the zone, and yeah, he easily could have been called. Now, he only struck out, what, twice all year? 24 times and 400 at bats. Up there every year with the guys that make the most contact.
And that's there. He struck out that time as Brian Mattis came back to get him. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. Orioles lineup coming up. Mattis to retire the Rays. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Andino, Hardy, and Markakis, Jones, Wieters, and Benameat. Bill Hall, the start in left field, and Steve Tollefson at third. Luis Exposito's doing the catching. Matt Wieters on the year. Outstanding.
Hey, look at our AFC scouting report on the young left-hander. While more is more, and again, it comes from a military background. He's talented. He listens. Great work ethic. Great stuff. Average fastball about 94.1 miles per hour. Lefties, just as righties hit Mattis. Lefties hit Matt Moore. And then youthful exuberance. 18.1 pitches per 9 innings. That's fourth. And he's sixth in the most walks per 9 innings. And then again, he can throw real hard. So maybe trying a little bit too hard this year so far.
See what the lefties have done against him. Here is Andino, and the pitch will be taken away for a ball. Robert Andino becoming the leadoff hitter against left-handers on a regular basis. He has not had a hit in his last 10 at-bats. Still batting at .286 on the season. Had an 0 for 2 last night. And fouls that one back into the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Orioles against left-handers, 3-3 against left-handed starters, but their batting average against left-handers is .276. That is the 4th highest average against lefties in the league. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and the pitch will be away. One of the problems Moore's had has been getting the inside corner pitch on right-handers, I was told today. And he's pitching now from way over on the third base side of the rubber, and I mean way over.
Well, he sets that angle, and usually most lefties go to the first base side. Now Jamie Moyer, of course, 49 years old, he's over there. He wants a good angle to the inside corner, and then he turns the ball over. Good change up and fastball, two-seamer. Now Moore is a power pitcher.
3-1, 3-2.
And I mean, he can get it up there, and a couple of postseason wins. I mean, Jim Hickey, his pitching coach, said, and he's coming off a game where against Oakland where he gave 8 runs in 4 2/3 innings. But Jim said, I wouldn't be surprised. He was so good in the beginning of the game that he maybe would strike out 15 tonight.
3-2 delivery on the way, and Dino takes it in the air to right center field towards the gap. Zobrist going back. Nobody's going to get it. It'll be cut off by Upton into second base, Andino, and he's got a leadoff double to break the 0 for 10.
But again, when you have a guy, I mean, he throws 6 pitches, 6 fastballs. Robert gets to see him, as you mentioned, breaks the 0 by 10. Look at they're going in, but he goes away. And again, this got triple written all over it, but they make a nice play in the outfield. I mean, very quickly. Otherwise, Robert Andino is thinking 3 bases, and why not the speed to do that?
Our Nissan Pitch Track. Get to your Nissan dealer for great deals and innovation you can count on. Innovation for all. Here's Hardy. That's down low, and a nice block made. Jimenez able to hold that out in front, the catcher. Hardy had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night, but he's been a red-hot hitter for the Orioles. That .231 batting average a whole lot better than what it was a week ago when he was down around the 180 mark. And now he's got an RBI opportunity here in the first inning against Moore. Andino being held by the shortstop Johnson. 1-0 delivery. Hardy will pop that one up and back into the seats.
Got to take a look at the Rays defense. Geyer, Upton, Zobrist. Again, because of injuries, Jennings would be in that outfield. Rodriguez, Johnson, Rhymes, Keppinger over at first tonight. Jimenez behind the plate.
Moore came in having retired 73% of leadoff batters. The Orioles get the leadoff man on here, and there's the pickoff play as Johnson moved into second base, but Andino saw that all the way.
Yeah, you could see J.J. Hardy trying to hit the ball to the right side. And again, he'll probably try to do that, even though he's been as hot as he has, until he gets the 2 strikes.
Hardy got jammed, and it's fouled back into the screen for a 1-ball 2-strike count. J.J. Hardy got it going in the series in Boston. Had an 0 for 4 on Friday, but hitting .478 with 3 doubles and 4 home runs in the last 6 games. 1 ball, 2-strike delivery to him. Hardy on a check swing, and he knew it.
Yep, there's the changeup. 71% of the pitches that Matt Moore throws are fastballs, but he gets ahead, and this is the difference for especially a young guy. When you get ahead, you can use all your pitches. Couldn't do it against Andino. Well, Robert will stay at second on the strikeout.
And Nick Markakis will get the RBI chance. Moore now with 29 strikeouts in the 34 and the third innings that he's worked. Last night, the 2-for-4 home run RBI, upping the average to 250. Nick's hitting just 167 off left-handers so far. Markakis will take that one away. Markakis' bat looks like it's coming. 6th home run of the season. And another homer-determined ball game for the Orioles last night. That came in the 6th inning.
Yeah, first fastball he's hit of the 6 home runs. Others on change and breaking balls. So good to see the bat head get out there.
Speed delivery is going to miss. The Orioles come in hitting .242, runners in scoring position. They moved up to the 10th spot in the American League. But Showalter's team now 21-12. And a game ahead of these Tampa Bay Rays. And for the Orioles, with the 21 wins, only Los Angeles and Texas have more wins. Texas with 22. Texas won last night, but they lost their day game today against the Angels by a score of 4-2. And Dino's running. Throw down to third is in time to get him. He is caught stealing. Jimenez now 3 for 13 from behind the plate.
Well, and again, it's probably the easiest way. You can see the runner. You know he's going because you have a left-handed hitter at the plate. And you can see, I mean, he gets a very good jump. But again, I mean, as far as getting a running lead, but maybe not a big enough lead, and he's out. So there goes your potential go-ahead run.
Markakis will foul that one away. And Dino caught for the second time, has no stolen bases.
Right on the elbow. Perfect throw.
You really want to do that in the first inning?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, if you make it.
Yeah,
You know, it's kind of one. I mean, seriously, Brian Roberts sitting on the bench on the disabled list can tell you he's very adept at doing it.
That's going to go to second. What a stop by Rhymes. Makes a nice defensive play. So Moore, despite a leadoff double, ends up facing only 3 in the inning. 1 complete, no score. Inning is presented by Luna. Call for the Luna Double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. Twilight time here at Camden Yards. The lights are on and it is just a gorgeous summer day today. Congratulations to the Mad Walk for Life today. Mothers Against Drunk Driving here in Baltimore and throughout Maryland. Great cause, a great turnout today, and the finale up on Federal Hill. Pitch is taken away. Brian Mattis. This is Brandon Geyer. Geyer's getting the start in left field. Geyer will be followed by Luke Scott and Johnson. And the pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, if that's if you're Brian Mattis, that's where you want to live. You couldn't do that against the Rangers.
Geyer's had only 4 at bats against lefties, 0 for 4. He may have just added 1. Way back in left, and goodbye home run. Brandon Geyer delivers the long ball in his 5th at bat of the season, and Tampa Bay goes on top 1-0.
Well, Brandon Geyer, of course, his first major league home run, he was up for a day, was off of Zach Redden, torched at the left. They sent him out the next day, and he's real happy that he gets a hanging changeup. Watch this changeup. Look at the target. I mean, it's right down the middle. It speeds up the bat. And again, the ball's been flying here. Probably about 82, 83, and he just tommyhawks it. Big, strong kid.
It'll be his 3rd major league home run and his 1st of the season for the Maryland native. And Luke Scott drills one to center. Jones going back. He's got room and makes the catch a step away from the wall. 1 away here in the 2nd inning. The Maryland Lottery Strike It Rich contestant of the game, Richard Cratch from Towson. Richard, you've already won $500 for being selected, and for every Orioles strikeout gain, you'll get another $100 from the Maryland Lottery. See how you can turn non-winning Strike It Rich scratch-offs into cash. Enter to win great Orioles prizes. MDLottery.com/strikeitrich. Mattis has surrendered 5 home runs on the year now, and 4 of the 5 have been hit by right-handers. Here is Elliott Johnson. Johnson's got a 3-game hit streak. Continued it last night. He had a 1 for 3 in the ball game. Johnson, 217 off lefties. This lineup with the right-handed batters in it, but not a lot of big averages against left-handers. That'll go to third base. Tollison is there. 2 down. Chris Jimenez, who's doing the catching, will come to the plate with 2 down and nobody on. Jimenez has played 14 out of 24. Returned from AAA Durham on April 15. Another injury. Jose Labaton, catcher, injured, went on the DL that day, and they brought Jimenez up. And he'll take the pitch down low. Jimenez, 29 years old, been around the majors a number of years. Cleveland, Seattle, 4th big league season. Threw out 26% of base stealers last year at AAA. And the pitch is taken up high and a 2-0 count.
Yeah, Lobaton actually rehabbing the shoulder down at Single A Charlotte. The Stone Crabs. Charlotte Stone Crabs.
It's a great name. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Jimenez will pop that one up first base. Benamy. So 3 in a row retired, but the home run by Geyer to lead the inning off has given Tampa Bay the early 1-0 lead. Reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Talking about the Angels beating the Rangers 4-2 today. Yes, he hit another one. Josh Hamilton now with 18 home runs on the season. Harrison took the loss for Texas 4-3. Carpenter in relief got the win. C.J. Wilson worked 5 2/3, couple of runs on 5 hits for Wilson coming out on short rest, and Angels won it 4-2.
Yeah, he started yesterday's game and then the rain delay and came back today. Well, that gave him a lot of money.
That very often,
well, no, but against his former team. And pitched well.
He pitched very well.
Now Darvish, he won yesterday for the Rangers, and he, what was it, like 2-hour rain delay?
Yep. And he came.
I don't care. I'm coming back.
A little old school going
yeah.
on. Here's Adam Jones. Adam comes in with a 3-game hit streak. Oh, what a stop. Sean Rodriguez. High throw. And Jones has got to get back. He made a turn to second. He knew it. And he gets back to the base before Rhymes can tag him.
Yeah, that's probably going to be scored in air. I mean, he makes a fabulous play just to catch it, but all he has to do. And again, they usually say, what's the degree of difficulty? Well, this is pretty. There's the degree. Now, again, he just drops it a little bit and then airmails it. So, not a routine play by any means, and that's what you were talking about, Gary. Once you make that feint for a second, you better get back.
They're going to give him a hit?
Yeah, well, there was a BB.
Now they give him an error. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a quick change. So, Adam reaches on the error. That's going to be the 24th error committed by Tampa Bay. Their defense has struggled in that department, but they've only given up, I say only 11 unearned runs. You look at the Orioles, who have 32 errors and have given up 21 unearned runs. So the Orioles will try and take advantage. Matt Wieters, the designated hitter. Matt's in the midst of an 0 for 9, including an 0 for 3 last night. For the Orioles, designated hitters, and there have been lots of them. Those are the numbers. They rank 12th in home runs, 9th in batting average, tied for 8th in runs, and 13th in RBIs. 7 designated hitters have been used this year by the Orioles. And that's thrown wild. Going down to second base, Jones. Backing it up is Rhymes. That will be an error.
Well, Adams about the only guy that really runs on this ball club. So Matt Moore, and that's one of those snap throws. Certainly, again, you just think David Price uses that a little bit. But you're only 22. You're still learning, and the Orioles say thank you.
So the Orioles get a runner in scoring position. David Price watching. Last night, the Orioles only had 1 runner in scoring position opportunity. They went 0 for 1, even though they won the game 4-3. Matt Wieters will take the pitch down low. That's because the Orioles used all home runs.
Well, isn't that the first game of the doubleheader? The same?
Same thing.
They hit 5 home. It was all on home runs. Well, just about all on home runs.
All it's been of late, and good enough.
Well, when you pitch well and you defense well, it might work for a while.
Wieters will take the pitch up high for a ball and more.
But he
Falls behind 3-0.
He came in here in relief, struck out a couple of guys. Vlad Guerrero, and this was his major league debut last year, and then Matt hit a home run, and that was his first time in the big leagues. Came in relief on the 14th of September in relief of Wade Davis. Of course, last year against left-handers, Matt Wieters hit a home run every 11 times up. 11 and 121. Actually, maybe just incredible numbers hitting right-handed last year.
Matt reversing the numbers this season. 333 against the left-handers for Matt Wieters, and 259 against the right-handers. Getting the numbers up against the righties of late. And against the lefties, the average way up there. Matt Wieters, all 7 of his home runs have come the other way, and he's going to draw the walk. Moore's in a bit of a struggle right now, just trying to figure out what's going on here. Probably should have had an out on Jones and threw it away to move him up, and now walks Wieters.
Yeah, Jimenez going to come out and have a little bit of talk. And again, the runners in scoring position numbers, as you talked about, 9 for 27 in his last start. They were, what, 4 for 5. So again, this is what happens. Doesn't matter your stuff. Can you command it? And for Matt, it's been a little bit of a struggle.
So the Orioles get another chance. They trail here 1-0, bottom of the second inning. Betamit, he had a 1 for 3 last night, and that caught the home plate umpire. Vic Carapazza took that one off the arm, I believe.
Here's that fastball again at 94-95, right off the right shoulder, and I think it was just underneath the padding.
Always is.
Yep.
Jerry Davis at first base is the crew chief. He's coming in to check here to make sure he's all right. He's telling Jerry, I won't be able to call strikes. I can't get my arm up.
Well,
it's my right arm.
Probably some truth to that.
Probably just going to put it out and just throw it out to the side there and go with that.
So no moonwalk for Vic tonight. Maybe that's the only way he's going to be able to get the arm up. Leslie Nielsen.
Wilson Betamit will stand back in. Betamit hitting .217 off lefties and .259 off righties this year. RBI chance, 2 on. Betamit will take the pitch, and it is down low, and a 1-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, there's the changeup, and that's the pitch that he struck J.J. Hardy out. I've been here, Gary, where you're young and you have a real good arm and you're just learning, and the expectations are really high, and maybe you try a little bit harder. Now the other thing, there's another changeup, so trying to at least establish, and of course he's trying to do this with runners at first and second with a 1-run lead, all his pitches. And there's his pitching coach, Jim Hickey. He said when he came up last year, he had he'd gone through Montgomery, where he dominated. He had 28 starts, so he was he was at peak performance when he came to the Rays last year.
2-1's going to be fouled back. He finds the strike zone. Well, he actually pitched more games in the postseason at the big league level than he did during the regular season. It ended up last year. He was outstanding. Yankees, Rangers, he pitched against them, and he gave up only 1 run in 10 innings in postseason. But you see, 2011, the strikeout for 9 innings, the walks per 9 innings, things have all reverted to the negative side for him in that regard. The fastball still pretty much there, and Betamit will reach and foul it back.
Well, again, those numbers wouldn't be bad if you hadn't done what he did last year before. If you just brought him up and then you say, okay, he's 22, he's coming to the big leagues for the first time, well, yeah, the ERA is higher than you want.
I mean, it's only his 8th major league start. I know. I mean, that's just he is really, I mean, not only 22, but 8 major league starts. And so he's on the cusp here of trying to figure it out. 2-ball 2-strike count, Betamit. And a good off-speed delivery gets him.
Yeah, straight changeup. So when you throw 95, 87 with a little bit of movement, and again, the movement's just good enough to get to the count where you can throw it. So here we go. There's a good fastball. You don't quite get to it. Changeup misses. There's another one. 2-1. Hitters count, but his stuff's good enough you can't get to it again. And again, the good fastball, and then he pulls the string. So you had 2 pitches to hit, except 95 with good movement. That's tough to sometimes get the job done, and that's what happens to Wilson Betamit.
So for his first at bat as an Oriole, here is Bill Hall. Hall getting the start in left field. He was called up today. And a look back to second base. Jones is on at second. Wieters on at first. Mark Reynolds went on the DL. Strained left oblique. Hall's 32. He'd been playing with the Tides. Signed as a free agent. Hit .222. 2 home runs. 7 RBIs. 15 games for the Orioles at AAA. He wasn't signed until April 25. That is a strike taken. You see the transaction that brought him to the Orioles and to the AAA level, and now immediately gets in the lineup in his first call-up. Hall has bounced around a lot of major league ball clubs. Utility player, .248 career hitter, 10 major league seasons. And the pitch is taken down low for a ball. Played with the Giants in Houston last year, 62 games combined. He hit .211. Put up good numbers against left-handers last year. One of the reasons the Orioles were interested. And here he is in exactly that situation.
Yeah, 2 years ago the Orioles saw him a lot because he was playing with the Red Sox. He had 18 home runs that year.
1 ball, 1 strikeout on Hall. Moore's delivery to him, and Hall with a big cut misses it. The count will go to 1-2.
Well, this is what Jim Hickey, the pitching coach with the Rays, said. You don't teach that. That's firm.
Moore with 1 away. I'd like to get that ground ball double play here or a strikeout.
Yeah, the Orioles just like to put a ball in play. I mean, that's the difficulty. I mean, if you look at this year, 5th in runs, but again, runners in scoring position, numbers not good. Left on base could be a lot better. So hopefully you think that will improve as the season progresses.
This game is starting like last night's game in reverse, where Tampa Bay got everybody on base and couldn't find a way to get anybody in. And Evelyn kept working and working and working. And it's kind of happening early in this one. He did not go around, says Jerry Davis. Yeah, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Hall.
Of course, the difference, Evelyn was throwing 88, and this is what they're looking at. I think they're going to want this swing. And again, you're sitting at home. Remember when you were a little league? Broke his wrist. It's not how breaking your wrist. It's how far the bat travels. And that's what the first base umpire was looking at.
Hall with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Jones off second base. And he had to wait on that one, an off-speed pitch. You saw he'd already committed his weight to his front leg, and the ball wasn't there, so he waited and fouled it off.
Well, that's what the changeup does. Get you out on your front foot. And then, of course, with Wilson Betemete and J.J. Hardy, his 2 strikeouts, they've been on the changeup. So he's going to speed up the bat with a fastball and slow it down with the changeup.
Jones off second, Wieters off first. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Hall takes it way outside. Jimenez again. He's had to be a little bit acrobatic already. Joe Madden moving some folks around out there. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah,
big hole at right side. There's nobody there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. You can play tendencies, which the Rays do as well as anybody. But with Matt Moore, I don't know if it's a little bit more difficult because he's a power pitcher. And I think for him, anywhere in the strike zone with his fastball, they would be happy with that.
3-2 delivery to Hall, and he fights it off with a big cut. He thought fastball, and that's what he got. But he couldn't connect with it.
Well, that's a good point, because this whole inning, and maybe this whole game, is you are going to get fastballs to hit. Can you hit them? Because, again, when he's on his game, that fastball at 94 95 has good life.
71% of his pitches fastballs. 3-ball, 2-strike count. 1-0 lead on the home run hit by Brandon Guyer in the second inning. Orioles trying to get that back and more. 3-2 delivery to Hall, and he got him. So 3 strikeouts for Moore back to back here in the second inning.
Well, the ability to get out of jams with a fastball, and there it is. Gets him to climb the ladder. The old pitchers meeting, stair step him. Let's go up the stairs.
That's this inning. 21 pitches, 36 so far in the game for him. Steve Tollefson getting the start at third base for the Orioles. Contract picked up on Wednesday from AAA Norfolk. He had a home run, 11 RBIs, 26 games with the Tides. Down to third, a fair ball. Jones is going to score. Wieters on his way to third. And the ball gets away from Guyer. Wieters will score. Tollefson to third. The Orioles lead it 2-1.
Well, again, you're looking fastball. Guys throwing 94. Rodriguez can't get to it. Right here, ball just goes underneath the glove, gets underneath a little bit of the padding. There's your tying run, and then Betamit, he's going to get waved in by DeMarlo Hale, the Orioles third base coach. So you get a veteran player, and Steve Tollefson is going to look fastball, gets it, and does damage. And then the home run guy misplays it.
Exposito on a big cut, so it'll be a double and an RBI for Tollefson. An error charged on Geyer, allowing the second run to score. The error right here.
He's there, and it just stays right underneath. You can see the brick. They put that padding in about 4 or 5 years ago.
And the defense letting this Tampa Bay team down. 2 errors in the inning, one on the pitcher Moore, throwing over to first that allowed Jones to go to second. And the second error picked up, and now an 0-2 count, and the delivery, and that'll be swung on and missed, and that will do it. He strikes the side out, but between the first and third Ks, the Orioles are going to get a couple of runs on just one hit and take a 2-1 lead. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by AT&T 4G LTE with speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Chili's Triple Dipper. Choose 3 appetizers from 10 delicious choices. My favorite Bromo Seltzer sign right there. It's still a great building.
Yep, the old tower. Chili's. My stepson, who happens to be autistic, Asperger's, favorite fries.
Chili fries.
Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday.
Yep.
And then Fabulous Friday.
Fabulous Friday. Fries each day.
At Chili's.
There you go.
You got to start shaking, of course, because you're getting chili.
I love it.
Boy, do I know. My car has a path on certain days of the week.
You know where you're going.
Oh, exactly.
Orioles get the lead, and here's Will Rhymes. By the way, they changed the ruling again, so on Adam Jones leading the inning off, the error has been charged to Rodriguez. He moved to second on an error in the pitcher. Then we had 3 errors in the inning on Tollefson's error. None of the runs earned. 2 unearned runs on 1 hit, 3 errors in the inning. And right through the wickets on Betamit. So it's going to be one of those kind of games. Rhymes will go to second base as Andino will get it back in. So Rhymes is on, and there's an error charged on the Orioles.
Well, this ball is hit very hard, but this is the big leagues, and you got to catch that ball. I mean, it's a rocket, but it's a line drive at your glove. You just couldn't quite get it situated, and I'm sure it's hooking because it was a curve ball that stayed up to Will Rhymes. So there you go. You're right.
4 errors in the game already. We're only in the third inning.
Will Rhymes, and they lost a couple of close games talking about the Rays in New York, and he failed to bunt. So he said, thank God I didn't have to bunt. I'll just hit line drives and hope they misplay him.
get more bases out of it.
Well, Joe Madden said, Will, if you're going to play against lefties, you have to be able to bunt. And he didn't. But he's in there.
Here's Ben Zobrist. It's top of the order. Drew Walker's first time up. Zobrist, that'll be a foul ball down the line. By the way, we should make note, because we talked about it in the game last night. In the first inning of the ball game, Carlos Pena, batting second, had a 2-strike count, nobody on, and he tried to bunt and he missed it and was called out on strikes. We asked about that today. He's actually done that before. That's how little confidence he has against left-handers. He's been, I was told it was the 3rd time he has bunted with 2 strikes on him in a ball game.
And that's unusual because he is a home run guy. He's high on base percentage. Now, obviously, there were 2 strikes or it wouldn't have been a strikeout, but very, very unusual.
And he's not playing tonight. He's .217 against left-handers. 0-2 the count, and the pitch will just miss outside. Zobrist is 4 for 12 against Brian Mattis. Has picked up 1 lifetime home run against the Orioles left-hander.
Well, what was so unusual about the Rays, there were so many plays last night. Leadoff double by Luke Scott. Keppinger made no effort to hit the ball to the right side, flew out the left, and a 1-run game. And right there, I mean, then you had the Sean Rodriguez didn't tag up on the ball off the wall by Johnson. That ended up getting thrown out. I mean, there were just 2, 3, 4 little plays, and when you're playing 1-run games, you can't afford to do that, especially when 2 of your better hitters with Longoria and Jennings are out of the lineup.
And they're 7-3 now, 1-run games. I mean, they've been winning those games. That will be filed away. Talking about Tampa Bay, now the Orioles also have been winning those games. They're 5-2 in 1-run ball games. A 2-ball 2-strike count. Those 3 errors in the first inning, that ties a team franchise record for the Rays that they would just as soon not have reset. Back in 07 they committed 3 errors in a game against Cleveland. 2-ball 2-strike count on Zobrist. Runner off second base is Rhymes. Got the off-speed pitch, got him out in front of it. Andino. He's out of there. Take a look at our league leaderboard, brought to you by Hollywood Casino. In the American League East, the Orioles are on top, 21 wins, Rays a game out. Yankees now 2 out. Jays have won 18, and the Red Sox 7.5 games behind at 13-19, and the Orioles 11-5 against the American League East. That is the best in the majors against the division.
After they were 30-51 last year.
Slots, tables, dining, the ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino, Charlestown Races. Mattis's pitch will be taken down low for a ball. Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez with the 9-game hit streak going, trying to get the runner in from second base. The Rays last night were 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. The Orioles 0 for 1, and the Orioles won the game. I mean, it just continues this strange 10-day period the Orioles are in the midst of, where the numbers don't seem to match up with the results many times.
Well, it goes back to, again, not doing the little things for the Rays, just like not advancing the runner there.
2-0 deliveries into the screen.
And Brian, again, you don't want to be 2-0, but 92 in, not out over the plate. That's where we saw Sean Rodriguez when he came over from the Angels and over in the Scott Kazmir play. So he can play all over. And then again, he's playing third because Longoria is out. And Longoria was only 11 for 20 with runners in scoring positions. So I think they miss him. There's a strike.
Strike taken. Sean Rodriguez last year was only one of 6 in the majors to start at all 4 infield positions. And that's where Mattis wants the ball.
Well, to do that, your windup has to be good. You have to stay direct. He keeps coming up and out with his front shoulder.
Here's the 2-2, and the overhand breaking ball's fouled off.
So there are a lot of good things you see about Brian Mattis. He's in shape. He's throwing the ball better. So he just has to believe that he can make quality pitches, and he kind of comes in and out of that. The home run, hanging changeup. The only one he's thrown tonight.
2-ball, 2-strike count on Rodriguez. Rhymes off second base. That one is up high. Brian's had a lot of matchups against the Rays. This will be his 7th career start against Tampa Bay. He's 3-2. 5.7 earned run average. The third start against them he's made here at Camden Yards, 0-1 in those first 2 games. And Wieters is going to go out, do what they want to throw to Rodriguez, who is 2 for 11 lifetime off Manis. Or Esposito goes out with it. Left-hander ready, runner held close at second by Andino. Here's the 3-2. And we will do it again. Always love to watch third base coaches. They can tell you where a person usually hits the ball. Tom Foley, third base coach, clearly knows the batter at the plate pulls. So he's almost in the dugout at third base. He moves way down and way over towards his own dugout to stay away from those foul balls. 3-2 delivery again, and he got him on the outside corner.
So a lot of encouraging signs. So 93, we haven't seen that. Look at the location. Couldn't do it against the Rangers. Watch the head. It stays pretty straight. If you stay behind your pitches, you can make these kind of pitches. Doesn't get any better than that.
Esposito with a great frame of it. Here's Upton, singled his first time up. Fouls that one off at the plate for a strike. B.J. Upton had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night to open it up. Upton has always been the tough out for the Orioles in this yard, hitting .279 with 9 home runs lifetime. He too with that slightly open stance. 0-1 pitch, and there's that outside corner. Brian Mattis can get that call from Vic Carapazzo and plate umpire. It'll be an easier night.
Yep, and you'd like to think that all he has to do is hit the glove and he'll earn it.
2 strike count with 2 down. That one in the air towards left field. Hall. He's got it. No runs, no hits, an error, and a base runner left on. Tampa Bay already 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Josh Hamilton did it again. 2 home runs last night, 1 today. He's got 9 home runs in the last 6 games now. Robinson Cano had 7 hits in 2 games prior to today, the most in any 2-game span of his career. He is red hot for the Yankees. And Yu Darvish, Tim was talking about the Texas youngster, struck out 7 last night versus the Angels. 51 strikeouts in 7 starts for Darvish.
Yeah,
the Orioles have a 2-1 lead.
Oh, there we go. Is it hat night? No, that's tomorrow. Oh, that's tomorrow. You looked lovely last night.
I appreciate that.
Your hat.
Always appreciate kind
your
comments.
Gardening hat.
Yep, gardening. Here's
When's Father's Day? Maybe Alex can get you some gardening gloves.
Robert Andino.
I'm sure they come. Or well, batting gloves. I'll give you my, because it's getting warm.
Hello?
Remember
anybody talking here?
The gloves that I try to strangle you with?
The same ones?
Yeah, you can use them for gardening with that
gloves.
hat.
Those gardening gloves are made for nights out on the town. Let me tell you that right now. Hip-hop line dancing. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And that's going to be foul back.
Hip-hop line dancing?
Yes. It's back.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's back.
Has it ever been?
I saw it today. I mean, they were going to it. Yeah, hip-hop line dancing. It's like the old country western line dancing was, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
But with hip-hop music.
Really?
Honest, I'm not kidding. Honest. 1-1 delivery on the way. Ball put in the air towards left center field. Upton is over. Andino retired after doubling his first time up. The Brooks Robinson Orioles Legends Celebration Series sculpture unveiling, originally scheduled for tonight, postponed until Saturday, September 29. You can purchase Orioles Legends Celebration Series packages. Get your tickets for the September 29 and all of the other games that will have the unveilings take place prior to. You'll receive the replica Frank Robinson sculpture in case you missed it in April. Just go to Orioles.com/legends or 888-848-BIRD. Pitch is taken down low by Hardy. And a 1-0 count. And that's going to be down low. Hardy, a strikeout victim. First time up. Orioles, 2 runs, 2 hits. Rays, a run on 2 hits with 3 errors committed by the Rays. And that fastball is down low. If you need to know anything, by the way, about hip-hop line dancing or hip-hop music in general, you will want to talk to John Russell.
The Orioles coach?
The Orioles coach.
The bench coach?
Yes, bench coach. Here's the 3-0 delivery on the way, and that is a strike taken.
Really?
John and I were having a conversation about the hip-hop line dancing today. Little Wayne in the group. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Now, put in the air to center. Upton is there, and he's got it.
John's a pretty quiet guy.
John is a very quiet guy. A very nice,
a great
very
guy.
Nice gentleman. He's been learning about hip-hop music from Adam Jones and Robert Andino. And today, he was making it known to Jim Presley. Presley needed some information about hip-hop because he really wasn't up on it. So John brought him up to date. This is all true.
I understand that. I'm sorry I missed this moment.
And a breaking ball is into Nick Markakis.
No, because Adam, I was following him out to the batting, arena, batting practice, and he was rapping and doing all, and
absolutely.
Camouflage Oriole hat on, and so. But I missed that moment.
You did, and it was a moment. 0-2 the count. Nick Markakis grounded out his first time up. Matt Moore trying to settle in after some interesting first 2 inning occurrences, some of which were his fault, some of which was just a lack of defense behind him. And a 1-ball 2-strike count. Nick hitting at 248. And the 1-2 delivery to him. Not getting the calls. Close pitches.
Yeah, certainly trying. He reminds me a little of Clayton Kershaw, who won the Cy Young Award, young left-hander for the Dodgers. And the reason I say that is watch his hands. A lot of times you break your hands over your knees. His hands go over his head and right there. So you can see him, and then it's an easy 95, 93, whatever he's throwing.
That's the first thing Joe Madden talks about when he talks about Moore. He says he somehow breaks the rules of kinetics, is the way Joe put it. Because he is so quiet in his delivery, and then all of a sudden it comes the fastball. He stayed down and away, could not get the calls, and there's the second walk. The Orioles have picked up. That will come with 2 down. Let's take a look at our AT&T Mobility Trivia fact. Adam Jones, he had 25 home runs in 2011. He did not have his 10th home run last year until June 18. He has hit his 10th home run this season last night. So he is on a pace, which means absolutely nothing, to hit 49. 2 down.
Better sign him.
Tails away. Swung on and missed.
Well, there it is. They definitely try to go in 3-2, and that gets the Orioles on the board against Jeremy Hellickson. Pitched a heck of a game last night, and again the home run by Adam, and then eventually Markakis.
As we said, right center field. That's going to stay in the yard. Wow. A lot of it, not quite enough. Jones is retired. Zobrist there to get it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. The Orioles leading in game 2 by 1. Click on Summer of Thanks for special deals and discounts. On this date in 1915, White Sox pitcher Red Faber hurled 67 pitches to get the victory over the Senators. And in 2004, one of the great at-bats of all time, Alex Cora, fouled off 14 consecutive pitches. And on the 18th pitch, he got a home run off Matt Clement, a 2 RBI homer. This date in 04.
67 pitches. I think Scotty McGregor had 83. That's the lowest that I ever recall.
67. You almost can't do that. Strike taken. Brian Mattis gets ahead here on Jeff Keppinger, the cleanup hitter.
Well, he doesn't like the fact that he got called on out on a grounder. He thought it was low. And again, as we told you, he doesn't strike out very much. Very rarely.
You go to the top of the 4th inning, and he'll fight that off.
So there's a good changeup. That is the second changeup that Brian Mattis has thrown. So he's going to try to get all his pitches working. The first one was a home run, hung it. And Brandon Geyer hit it over the left center field fence. So again tonight, better velocity, but not a lot of runs. Never gets very many runs. And that's a pretty good curveball.
He'll miss away with that. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Keppinger. He's got an 0 for 4 going in the first 2 games of this series. Mattis with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And Keppinger takes it, and he's gone again. Whoa, Bagley. 3 strikeouts as he turns again to take a look. The home plate umpire.
No, you take a look, and he thinks it's low. That was much higher than the first one.
Those are there.
Yeah, well, they're right around the knees. I don't think you should be taking those with 2 strikes. My former manager, the late Hank Bauer, said if it's close enough to call, it's close enough to have swung at.
And Geyer will take the pitch for a strike. He got his first home run of the season in the 2nd inning, leading it off, accounting for the Tampa Bay run. Geyer, 26 years old, Rockville, Maryland native. Goes to short hop. Hardy's got it. And the out. 2 down. Celebrate Mother's Day at Camden Yards tomorrow. The first 10,000 women 18 and over at the 1:35 game against the Rays. We're going to receive that Orioles sun hat. Gather up family and friends. Make some Birdland Memories tomorrow, Mother's Day. Get your tickets in advance, 888-848-BIRD, to go to Orioles.com. Some 30,000 were expected for the ball game tonight. A big walk-up. There may even be more than that here. And tomorrow is expected to be a nice Mom's Day weather-wise. If you get a chance, we hope you'll be out to the yard and see the wrap-up as Game 3 has Jake Arrieta going against James Shields. Shields 5-1. Arrieta 2-3. 1:30 for the ball game.
That's a nice little matchup. Jake not good against the Rangers, but Josh Hamilton tonight, he hit the 4 home runs, but very good against the Yankees. And James Shield, really good pitcher.
Lee Scott takes it. He doesn't like the call either. He flied out to center field his first time up. Ryan Mattis getting those calls on pitches down where he wants the ball to be, and has a chance here to have a very efficient inning. Now talking to the dugout, Joe Madden and Hickey, the pitching coach, both with words to say, and the home plate umpire taking his mask off. Vic Carapazzo looked over and said enough.
Well, what he's done tonight, and you don't see a lot of umpires do it, he's giving the ball maybe a little bit low, but not off the corners. And we have seen over the course of, again, about 33. That's about, what, a fifth of the schedule. We've seen the plate more wider than actually calling balls up and down. So tonight we have maybe a little bit different umpire. Of course, I thought Luke hit the ball. The ball he got, I thought he hit it out of the ballpark in the first. It was a high fastball.
That one's going to go the other way. They were playing him around, and that's going to be a foul ball. Orioles have the big shift on against former Oriole Luke Scott. He'll come back. Luke had a 1 for 3 last night. You see that shoulder? See him doing that? I was talking with him before the game today. That shoulder still hurts. He said it hurts all the time. It's the right shoulder. It's why he still hasn't played in the field and has been only a DH. He says, I hope that within the next 10 days I can go out into the outfield. He said, I can play first base now because I don't have to throw. But I can't play anywhere else defensively because that arm, that shoulder still hurts.
Well, he had the labrum surgery last year. And again, that's your front arm is the most important in hitting. I mean, Luke is strong as they come.
And Brian Mattis blows a fastball by him. 4 strikeouts picked up by Mattis, 2 in the inning. A very efficient inning. Orioles lead it by 1. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union serves the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, and the Department of Defense and their families. Federally insured by NCUA. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer here at Camden Yards tonight as the Orioles look to make it 2 in a row. What a beautiful night. Great sight. Beautiful sunset here. 80 degrees when we started. No breeze. And the Orioles picking up 2 unearned runs in the second inning. Jones reached on an error. Wieters followed with a walk. They would both score on a Tollison double. And the second run on an error to Geyer playing that ball in left field. So both runs unearned.
So there you go. He's about 2% higher than he normally is. Because if you have the kind of live arm that Matt Moore has, and they're not getting on your fastball, why change?
And that will be taken down low. Wieters with a walk and a run scored.
That's why I say why change, and the first pitch is a changeup.
Wieters a 1-for-1 off Matt Moore, home run. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and the breaking ball that will miss down low. Wieters gets ahead on the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Everybody straight away, infield, outfield. 2-0 pitch will be fouled off as Moore came back inside. And the count will go to 2-1. Moore in the victory got this year was against Seattle, a run on 7 hits and 5. He lost to Boston, lost to Oakland, and then no decisions against Detroit, Minnesota, and the Angels. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and Wieters in the off speed fouls it back.
Well, that'll rearrange your hitting mind. Change up, fastball, fouls it off, and then he hooks it. Don't see too many 22-year-old guys doing that.
Here comes the 2-2 delivery to Wieters. And got it.
Oh, yes. Well, he just got pitched to. And then again, 95 on the corner. Jimenez moves in, look at the glove. And again, maybe it's an inch off the inside flick. You see Jimenez just tilt the glove back.
Moore has 4 strikeouts. Each pitcher with 4 strikeouts, or 5, sorry, and 4 for Mattis. Couple of walks by Moore, 1 given up by the Orioles left-hander. Wilson Betemeet a strikeout victim, his first time up, hitting at .244 in the year, and a strike on the outside corner.
Big strike zone, especially down. Good night to pretend you're a golfer. Hit the low ball.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And the count goes to 1-2.
Well, I told you what Jim Hickey, I mean, his starter comes in 1-2 with a .571. He's the pitching coach for the Rays. Said, I wouldn't be surprised if he strikes out 12 or 15. Because there's really no glaring glitch. He's just not pitching as well as I think he's going to. And there's a nice, great curveball. I mean, he's got 3 outstanding pitches. I don't think it's going to be long before he figures it out. And the other point he made is because they have such a great starting staff, he said maybe a little pressure trying to keep up with them.
2-2 delivery, and that will be fouled back. One of the problems Moore's had, and most pitchers don't, and the way he pitches he certainly won't, is the 2-strike situation. Last year, when he got 2 strikes on a hit or whatever the count was, opponents hit .071 against him. This year, .232 with 2 strikes. That doesn't make any sense. 2-2 deliveries up high, and the count will go to 3-2. Just throwing too many fat pitches, I guess, with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, usually it's somewhere around 185 for the year. That's year in and year out.
3-2 on Betemeet. And he's gone.
Up the ladder.
2 in the inning, 6 in the game.
See, down, and then punches him out up.
See, the Orioles against left-handers, we were talking about their numbers. 4th best batting average, 11th home runs, 5th in the league in that department, and slugging percentage 4th best. So they've really done a pretty good job against left-handers, and last year that was a problem for the Orioles. And that pitch is taken for a strike. Bill Hall making his first start as an Oriole. Brought up today from AAA. He struck out his first time up, getting the start in left field. As Buck Showalter sees his roster change on a daily basis, and it probably will again tomorrow. The 0-1 delivery up high. The Orioles again are short in the bullpen with Matt Lidstrom on the DL. They have 6 starters available, with Dana Evelyn taking the start for Jason Hamill, but both of those pitchers are here today, so they're 1 short in the bullpen. Evelyn staying on, swung on a miss, turned it over, and that one down and away from him in a 1-ball 2-strike count. What a way to have to come back, face this guy on the mound. With 2 strikes, you see the numbers compared to last year. Don't know.
Well, they were just off the charts last year. That's how good he was. I mean, the #1 prospect, Baseball America, there they are. I mean, they're just glowing. And again, the normal number 185, so he's 110 points below that. And he's up 50 points from what the league average would be this year. It's not horrible. I mean, some guys are.
2-2 delivery on the way, and that will be fouled off. He has struck the side out once in the second inning, even though that's when the Orioles got their 2 runs because of the errors. He's trying to strike the side out again here in the 4th. Hall, a .248 major league hitter. This is his 1047th major league game. 124 home runs. Pretty good base stealer early in his career. He's not done much of that of late. And Moore was headed to the dugout.
Yeah, his feet were in the direction of going to sit down.
So Madden still trying to figure out where that strike zone is. And it goes to 3-2. 74 pitches thrown by Matt Moore so far. We're in the 4th inning. 3-2 delivery. And he walked him. 3rd walk.
Yeah, get the bullpen in. And here comes Jim Hickey, the pitching coach. Boy, has he done a splendid job. Again, you got to economize your pitches. They're only going to let you throw. I mean, every game he throws about 106, 108. So if that's all they're going to let you throw, use them wisely.
He has walked a 75. You see there, he's walked as many as 5 in a game. First outing against Detroit. Walks have been 5, 4, 3 in his first 3 starts, then down to 2, 1, and then back up to 3 against Oakland.
Yeah, I think it's great to use all your pitches. You can see again, I mean, 71% on the year, 67 tonight. It's dropped down a little bit because he's thrown a lot of changeup. But at the end of the day, you still have to react to the hitters and how they're reacting to your fastball, and the Orioles not getting to it. So why be messing around with other pitches and getting the pitch gun out when you don't need to? And maybe that was the message.
Steve Tollefson, runner at first base. Tollefson will take it. That's a strike. Tollefson had the RBI double in the second inning. He picked up 1 RBI, but 2 runs would score on it as it was misplayed in left field. Tollefson getting his first RBI as an Oriole. His first of the year, only the second ball game he's played in, and has had only 4 at-bats. And that one will be bounced, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 8 for 16 for Moore, 8 for 15 for Brian Mattis on the first pitch strikes.
Not what you really want for either one of them.
Hall's on at first base being held. Keppinger, first baseman, on the bag with him. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Out in front of the off-speed pitch. 1-2.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't appear that they can read the difference between the arm speed on his fastball, which is really good, and the changeup. We've had a lot of guys talking about Oriole hitters swinging right through that changeup because again, out of his hand, it reads fastball, and it isn't.
See if the runner goes here. Throw over to just in case. Tollefson last year played AAA ball 123 games. He was with the Sacramento and Tucson for Oakland and San Diego. Combined, he hit .275. He had 24 stolen bases, 24 out of 29. So he brings a little of that to the ballpark. 1 ball, 2-strike count. Runner not going, and that's going to be way up and outside to him. 2-2.
I met him for the first time. I think I actually probably pitched against his dad, Wayne Tollefson. But when I met him in spring training, the one thing that I noticed was this guy's a baseball player. I mean, he just seems like he's got a certain maturity. And, then you start looking at the numbers, you go, oh, yeah, he played for Oakland, so he knows how important it is to get on base, that he can steal bases.
Tollison will fight it off.
I get the feeling that he's not going to overswing because he knows, as you said many times, when certain guys hit the ball in the air, they're usually outs. So he's going to be a line drive guy, right center, left center.
He's had good numbers in the chances he's had. He's only played in 27 Major League Baseball games over the years. He was drafted back in 05. Minor league hitter, 282 in the minor leagues, 51 home runs. He's played over 700 games in the minors. He's toiled for the chance, and here he is. Tollison, 2 ball, 2 strike count. 25 pitches in the inning for Matt Moore. And in the air to center, Upton. He'll put it away. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a base runner left on. A lot of pitches being thrown, but not a lot of runs as a result. 2-1 O's. We'll be back on Monday, 5 to 6:30. Tom Davis, Mel Anton, and Dave Johnson, Phil Wood, taking a look at what this weekend ultimately ends up being in this series against the Rays, and a preview of the 2-game set coming up against the Yankees Monday at 5. Orioles trying to make it 2 in a row. The comeback win last night as they picked it up 4-3. Game-winning RBI, 7th inning homer by Nick Johnson, 2 RBI homer. Some of the kids on hand here. And a great night to be at the yard. Brian Mattis back to work. Here's Elliott Johnson. Johnson takes a strike. He grounded out his first time up. Jimenez and then Rhymes, bottom third of the order, coming up for the Rays. Rays on the road now, 7-10 on the year. Trying to bunt for a base hit. He had a reach. He's out. It hit him in fair territory.
Oh, let's see. Joe Madden looking on, and one thing about Vic Carapazza, he looked down to see and asked the first base umpire, Jerry Davis, was he in or out of the box? So again, if you're still in your batter's box and the ball hits you, it's just a foul ball. But if you're out of it, take a look right here. Let's see. This is a look here. And it hits him, so he's out of the box. Take a look. You're out, and then you kick it. So it seemed, at least appeared, they got it right.
I don't know how they see that. I give umpires great credit.
Well, he looked down to first base because I don't think he did. And you love to see that, as it turns out.
That's going to be a base hit into left field. Jimenez heading to second and will come back to first. Good throw made by Hall from left field. Jimenez gets the single. Hall got over and got it in a hurry, and a nice throw to Andino. Jimenez was thinking 2 right off the bat. So with 1 away, Jimenez on the 3rd hit for the Rays in the game. Will Rhymes, their number 9 hitter at second base, reached on an error his first time up. 2 have been left on in scoring position by the Rays. The Orioles have left 3 on 1 in scoring position.
And again, the lefties came in only hitting 190. And the one thing that Jimenez is not going to run a lot. But the one thing about Rhymes' ball was hit very hard because it was a hanging breaking ball. Now with Betemeet holding the catcher on, that ball would go into right field.
Rhymes still looking for his first hit against a left-hander. He is 0 for 12. And the pitch is taken inside for a ball. Just as the DL list has grown for the Orioles, same is true for this Tampa Bay team. One of the reasons why they have some people in the lineup who ordinarily would not play against left-handers. 1-0 delivery on a check swing is going to be fouled back. Kyle Farnsworth, their right-hander, out. Evan Longoria, third baseman, out. Their backup catcher, Jose Levatin, out. Sam Fold, who played so well last year, a serious wrist injury, out for a long time. Brandon Allen, outfielder, first baseman, quad strain, DL. So Joe Maddon's had to really shuffle, as Buck Showalter has. Pickoff move, and not in time to Betemeet. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Rhymes with the 1 down. Trying to keep the double play in order. Tollefson is just off the grass at third. And that'll be popped up and out of play. Yankees got a win today as they picked up a 6-2 victory in their ball game against Seattle. So the Yankees have won 3 in a row. They've now won 19 games as it begins to tighten up a little bit. Orioles 21 wins, Tampa Bay 20, New York 19, and Toronto 18. And Toronto's playing Minnesota tonight, tied in the 5th at 1. Here's the 1-2 delivery right there. He knew it.
Nice pitch by Brian Mattis. Right on the outside part of the plate. Yeah, Cano's heating up. They beat Felix Hernandez last night. Teixeira, Cano, and Ibanez hit a 3-run home run. Yeah, they're starting to hit.
Still a runner at first base. Jimenez. Zobrist will take it away for a ball. We're talking about that differential for Zobrist. He's picked up only 22 hits, 202 batting average, but a 365 on base percentage, 162-point difference. And that is the highest differential in the majors. And a 2-0 count on him.
Well, that's Derek Shelton, the hitting instructor for the Rays, was saying he's hit some balls hard. He's still getting on base, as you just mentioned. No, he's one of those players you can plug in anywhere. Plus defender. What we're seeing, at least so far, and we're only in the 5th inning, is that Brian Mattis is able to pitch down, and then when he wants to come in, he's able to get in. Now, normally he pitches up out over the plate, and that's why he's a fly ball pitcher. But tonight, a little bit better downhill.
That'll even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Zobrist, who has walked and popped out. Brian Mattis looking for just his 2nd win of the year. The Orioles looking for consistent performances from him. He got the win against New York 2 starts ago. He has had a decision in all of his games, which is why his record is taken on all but 1 game. His record is 1-4. Lost to Texas in that last outing. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that's way up high. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count.
Well, Jimenez gets to take off 3-2. That's the difference between 2-2, 3-2. So if there is a double, maybe an opportunity to score, makes a big difference sometimes.
3-2 count. Jimenez goes in the air to center. Adam Jones is under it. And he, the old-time legs hit, makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Orioles lead it. The 2-1 lead. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer back with you here at Camden Yards. Every time Brian Mattis goes out for the Orioles organization, players, manager, front office, everybody, fans are taking a look to see, is Brian Mattis going to make that comeback and be the pitcher he was a couple of years ago?
Well, I tell you, he's taking not a great offense. I mean, Tampa Bay certainly playing undermanned, but they are what they are. He is what he is. He's made one mistake tonight, Gary, hanging change up to Brandon Guyer. He's pitched well. He's commanded his stuff. That's all you can do. You got to go out and show them. They give you the ball. Boy, what an opportunity that is, and he's been able to do that tonight so far.
And the Orioles taking advantage, as they have all year, of opportunities tonight with a couple of unearned runs in the ball game for the lead to this point in the season. And look, we are into it a ways here. The Orioles just seem to be able to find ways so far to win games.
Well, you know, if this was the same time last year, Matt Moore again giving up the unearned runs, the starting pitching, the worst in baseball, probably would have been 6-2 Tampa Bay. Wouldn't be in the game. Mattis pitches well. The Orioles don't really not hitting that well because Moore's, you know, pretty impressive. And all of a sudden you've got yourself 2-1 lead because your starting pitching's been good.
So we'll see if the Orioles can continue it here. Both of these teams used to playing some pretty tight ball games this year. As we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, Exposito, the catcher, will lead it off for the Orioles against Moore. 81 pitch count you see for the 22-year-old left-hander. And the pitch will be taken down low. Exposito, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Exposito only 8 at bats. And he'll put that one in the air in foul territory. Keppinger is over. And he's got it. One away.
Man, if you're Joe Madden and you manage the Rays, that's what you want to see. Right there, 2 pitch out.
Wait a minute.
Oh, catcher
got an interference.
Well, maybe that's what Joe Madden didn't want to see.
Interference call. Wow. Error on the catcher.
So there's the 4th error tonight. Yeah, got the glove and
home plate umpire had it immediately, and you saw Jimenez wanted to just plead there. He knew the bat had touched his glove. Hoped that it had gone unnoticed. With 4 errors in the ball game. And a showing bunt, pulling the bat back is Andino, runner at first to lead off the 5th inning. Orioles have had the leadoff man in the ball game now 3 out of 5, and 2 of them have been on errors.
Well, you know what happens in the game of baseball when you're taking batting practice. Man on third, get the ball in the air right here. I mean, perfect example. If they're going to come in, you can take a shot to right. Stay inside the ball and hit a ground ball to right field. And they work on that all the time.
Andino looking down to third to DeMarlo Hale. Exposito certainly not a base stealer, but could be in motion. We'll see. And he wants to know whether the bunt sign's on for Andino. 2-1 ball game. Andino started it off with a double in the first, flied out in the third. Not bunting, and the pitch is there for a strike, 1-1. Staying in, Rodriguez at third base.
So now maybe they do a straight sacrifice. This was something that Robert in 2011 was not very adept at.
Orioles have not tried it very often. Only 4 sacrifice hits this year. Andino swinging away, and the pitch will be taken outside, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. Andino does have 1 sacrifice this year. And Buck Showalter making the decisions on how to play what looks like it's going to be a tight game. 2-2-1 for the Orioles, 1-3-4 for the Rays, and both of the Oriole runs are unearned. Moore, 2-1 delivery, and that's going to miss inside. That's the way it's been all night for Matt Moore with these pitches, close but not quite, and working behind hitters as a result. 3-1. 87 pitches thrown. Bullpen is activated by the Rays.
Yeah, Wade Davis last year, 11-game winner in the bullpen this year.
Andino with a broken bat bloop to second base. That'll be handled. Rhymes back to get it. And there's the first out. For Orioles alerts you can't miss, including starting lineups and in-game updates, text Orioles 29292. Tomorrow afternoon, Mother's Day. Ball game here at the ballpark to start at 1:30. Hope you'll get out to see it. And a lot of kids on hand here, maybe celebrating Mom's Day early by Dad bringing them to the ballpark and Mom getting a night at home. Tomorrow you can come to the game, Mom. And the pitch is taken up high. And a 1-0 count. J.J. Hardy at the plate. Hardy a strikeout victim, and he is flied out. Short lead at first, Exposito, and that pitch is inside, and again the count will go to 2-0.
Yeah, let's see. Again, one of the better fastball hitters that I've seen in the last 2 years. Let's see if they again pull the string. That's what they did the first time to JJ.
Hardy's had an outstanding May coming into this ball game, hitting at .319. Pitches inside again, and the count goes to 3-0.
Yeah, they probably have Wade Davis in their bullpen for Adam Jones. Pitch count getting where at 91. The scoreboard telling me you can't give up a whole lot of more runs. And there's a strike.
Hardy hitting the .346 off left-handers. One of the best numbers for the Orioles among the regulars against lefties. In fact, if you look at starting players, it is the best. 3-ball 1-strike count. Exposito off first. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Down to third and foul. And Moore has found a way to come back on these counts where he gets behind to either even it up or go 3-2 as he's done here with a full count on Hardy.
Yeah, JJ put his head down because he swung at ball 4. But again, if you have a live arm, that's what it causes.
Hardy looking for his first hit of the series. 0 for 6. 3-2-1 away. Runner not going. That's going to be the hit into left field. He got one that was up and drove it. Geyer will get it back in, and the Orioles first and second, 1 out.
Now take a look. I mean, this is vintage J.J. Hardy. Fastball, middle of the plate. I mean, look at the way he stays behind it. And again, it doesn't look like he's that strong, but he can smoke a ball and drive it.
So Hardy is on. 2 on. Markakis up again. Nick has had a walk and he has grounded out. A couple of hits and 5 at bats so far against the Rays. Infield will play for 2. Markakis last night 2 for 4.
That's only the 5th, Gary, but again, the one number, 429, more against lefties, and this could be his last hitter. And he's had trouble getting lefties out to this point in the season.
Strange days indeed.
No.
For Moore. Here's the delivery to Markakis, and he'll miss inside with it for a ball. Nick, 3 home runs last 4 games. Hitting .400 over the last 4 coming into this one. And that pitch is going to miss.
Yeah, he took that like he saw it coming.
You look at the number that's gotten worse as it's gone along. 9 out of 20 first pitch strikes. That really creates a work situation in a lot of at bats for Matt Moore, including this one. Runners off first and second, and he almost got him. And you got a feeling Matt Moore's day is just about done. 3-0.
Joe Madden has gone up on the top step to talk to his pitching coach, Jim Hickey. And again, you got the righty Jones on deck and the righty in the bullpen.
Give Nick Markakis a green light?
I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because, number one, he had the lefties that well, and then also you have Adam Jones on deck. I would be surprised. Doesn't mean it won't happen, though.
And he is one of the leaders hitting into double plays in the American League. Bit unusual for Nick. He has hit into 7 ground ball double plays, by far the most for the Orioles. 3 ball, 1 strike count, only 1 down. The Orioles with a 2-1 lead. Moore's delivery. Markakis takes it, and again Moore comes back from a deficit and takes it full, 3-2.
Well, he's not tired because he's still throwing 94. That pitch 95. But again, that's not the ratio you want. 55 strikes, 44 balls.
3-2-1 out. Exposito at second. Hardy at first. And he walked him to load him up. So 4 walks surrendered in the ball game. Jones is coming up, and Hickey is coming out. Interesting. The bullpen is ready. I mean, Wade's been out there throwing for the entire inning. But Joe Madden now, didn't have the one up he wanted. So Davis is up and throwing now.
Yeah, I think he started tossing lightly last inning. And maybe looking for matchup numbers, Davis and Adam Jones, 5 for 19 with a home run. Again, young pitcher, very talented young pitcher. He's still a couple of pitches, usually around 106, 108. That's what he normally throws in a game. So not over his pitch limit.
Well, there's a decision. Let's see how it works. Decision to leave him in. Bases loaded. An error. Exposito, catcher's interference, started it. Hardy a single with 1 away, and the walk to Markakis has loaded him up with only 1 down. Here's Adam Jones. He's reached on an error and scored. He is flied out. And up the middle, almost took the pitcher down. That will score 2. Exposito, Hardy, ball is bobbled. They'll get it in time to hold the runner at third. A 2 RBI base hit, and the Orioles have a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, Jonesy takes. I mean, this is the first changeup that gets hit all night long. It actually maybe a little bit in the middle of the play. Watch him cover the outside corner. That ball's on the corner. Moore can't get it because it's hit so sharply. They're going to score anyway. But again, Adam is able to, on the bobble by Upton, get to second base.
Another error. It'll be a single. 2 RBIs for Jones. The error on Upton allows Jones to go to second base. 5 errors have now been committed by the Rays, and the Orioles lead at 4-1. He came in with the 1-2 mark, 4 1/3 innings so far. That's the line, but he's responsible for the 2 base runners.
Yeah, they don't play very well behind him. Wade Davis comes on again last year, 11-game winner, 11-10 with a 4.57 ERA. His last appearance was against Oakland on Sunday. A couple of innings, 53 pitches, which are obviously a lot of pitches. So maybe a little bit struggle earlier, but his first 7 appearances very good. And he has allowed an earned run in 2 of his last 3 appearances. So there you go. I mean, so Matt Moore looks on. You know, one of those nights where you probably didn't pitch that poorly. They don't score a lot of runs. And again, the defense horrible behind him. And now it's up to their bullpen to keep it as close as 4-1.
Davis, 26-year-old, turned reliever this year. He went into the bullpen for the division series last year after being a starter, 29 starts last season in the rotation throughout the year for Tampa Bay. The infield is in. Wieters is up. Runners on at second and third. Wieters will take it. He is 8 for 21 lifetime off Wade Davis.
With a home run or just 8 for 21?
Just 8 for 21.
Yeah, the one thing about Davis, again, a high round draft choice. We never really saw him throw that hard, but it'll be interesting to see maybe a little more velocity in his role. I mean, he throw 91, 92 every once in a while, 94 like that first fastball.
Wieters waiting. Here's the 0-1. That's way outside. Adam Jones now with 21 RBIs, picking him up on that base hit and moving down to second base on the 5th error of the game. That one charged to Upton, who bobbled the ball in center field. The Orioles taking advantage of every opportunity open. Keep in mind this inning started with Exposito reaching on the catcher's interference. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery to Wieters, and that's outside, and Davis falls behind 2-1.
Yeah, the one number that Matt was so good at last year, seemed like he almost hit 500s with runners in scoring position, is driving them in. 2 for 20. And you know that's going to change. Too good a hitter.
The designated hitter tonight for the Orioles. He'll be back behind the plate catching tomorrow. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Wieters will take a strike. 2-2. The 5 errors for the Rays tonight. That is a franchise high that they have reached for the 3rd time. In 2000 against Toronto, they committed 5 errors in a game, and in 2001 against Toronto, they committed 5 errors in a game. They've committed 5 in this one, and we're only halfway through. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Well, this is a big moment.
Chance to really put some a big crooked number. Ball is popped up left field. Geyer, he's very shallow in making this. Markakis will tag and not go as the throw comes to the cutoff man, so the Orioles do not get that run in, and now there are 2 down.
So now who do you pitch to? Do you pitch to Wilson Betemit, or do you pitch to Bill Hall? Big decision, and when you're already trailing by 3 for Joe Madden.
You see Buck Showalter with his eyes turned that way. He's looking over to see if Madden holds up the 4 fingers.
Well, he's certainly thinking about it.
The discussion working to Betemit, maybe a pitch around, ever dangerous. You get one too close. Wilson Betemit will stand in.
Yeah, 1 for 6 lifetime, so maybe you'll hope those numbers hold up if you're Joe Madden.
Still runners on at second and third for the Orioles. 2 away. Betemit will take the pitch away for a ball. There's Markakis, lead runner, a walk. Jones the single at second. Orioles 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position so far, and the pitch misses and it goes to 2-0. Betemit, see if he gets the pitch close to the strike zone here. 2 strikeouts so far for him. Ryan Mattis hoping for some more runs. 2-0 pitch, and it's a strike.
Yeah, that's 95, and well, that's what the Orioles saw in Wade Davis about 3 years ago when he pitched late in the season. About as good a young starter, kind of like a Kyle Drabek did 2 years ago in 2010. So Matt Moore certainly a interested spectator here. His runs are out on second and third.
2-ball, 1-strike delivery, and he'll take it. It goes to 3-1.
Nice
Davis
take,
against the Orioles lifetime, a 6-4 in 11 games with a .393 earned run average. All of those coming as a starter. Wilson Betemit now 3-1 is going to find out whether Davis really wanted to pitch around him or not. 2 down, runners off second and third, and he walked it. Bases loaded, 2 down.
So there he was. He either hit the outside corner or put him on.
A chance to ingratiate yourself to fans in the first game you play in an Oriole uniform.
Oh, how about the mirror?
There's Bill Hall.
Mirror never lies. You'll like yourself more if you get a hit here.
You'll be really smiling when you look in the mirror.
Of course, as you mentioned, I've met him over the years. Seems like a pretty pleasant guy. He could even be more pleasant if he gets a hit here.
Bases loaded, 2 down. Bill Hall will put it in the air to right. That's going to end up in the seats for a strike. He has struck out, drawn a walk. Mark Reynolds going in the DL today. Bill Hall called up from AAA to take his place. That's why he's in the ball game, getting a start immediately in left field.
So let's see if they react to bat speed, because he was way behind that 94-mile-per-hour fastball. There is Mark Reynolds looking on.
Mark's on the 15-day DL with the left oblique strain. 32-year-old Hall waiting in the 0-1. That'll be in the dirt. Stop made.
Yep.
Right underneath him. Jimenez finds it.
It's a nice little slider. Just threw it for a ball, but Wade Davis, a big guy. Hails from Lake Wales, Florida. Kind of go by there every time I drive over from the East Coast to the West Coast to Sarasota. And I go by quickly. A lot of orange trees. A lot of orange groves in Lake Wales. It's kind of a small town in the middle of Florida.
Pretty country. 1-1. Sacks are full. Davis. Hall a big cut, and the count goes to 1-2. Hall's career goes all the way back to '98 when he broke into professional ball with the Milwaukee Brewers for a number of years before going to Seattle, Boston, Houston, and San Francisco, where he put in some time last year, both with the Astros and with the Giants. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles leading it 4-1. Sacks are full. And he went. Struck him out. Tag put on just in case. Davis will get the strikeout. The Orioles, though, will get a couple of runs. They'll do it with the help of 2 more errors in the ball game, and the Orioles extend their lead to 4-1.
innings last year, I think we all want to forget about that, especially Brian, and because he wasn't in shape, he got hurt. Velocity was probably 87. Now it's he was probably about 90 to 90, and even more so tonight. So again, totally different pitcher. They don't get him a lot of runs, but again, he's got himself a 4-1 lead. And other than the high changeup to Geyer, he's pitched extremely well tonight. Got a lot of big outs.
Geyer picked up the home run in the second inning, and that is the only run on the board for the Rays. The Orioles 4-4-1. The Rays 1-3-5. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez starts out the sixth with a single. By the way, in the run department, there's only one earned run on the board for the Orioles. So for Matt Moore, he gave up 4 runs, 1 earned on 4 hits over 4 1/3.
Well, that was a roller coaster inning, and when you're a starting pitcher and you think you're going to get more than you get, kind of go up and then you come down, and then you also sat there for a long time. So this is a very, very big inning for Brian Mattis.
Big cut by Upton, who singled first time up and is flied out. Upton with the 1 for 2 in the ball game and 5 for 13 lifetime off Mattis.
And what I'm talking about a big inning is that you want your manager to have faith in you. Again, the pitch count 76. You have another 30 pitches where you ought to be able to get into maybe the 8th inning, but you got to make your pitches.
And he went around and fouled that one off right off the bat as he tried to pull it back. And a 2-strike count on Upton.
And again, it was something down in the zone. And Brian's done a nice job on most occasions tonight.
Upton has had just 2 hits in his last 16 at bats. 0-2 delivery to him to third, and that's a foul ball. Tollison trying to get over there. By the way, Upton charged with that error in center field on that ball hit by Jones. It is the first error he has committed in 261 career games in the outfield.
And all it was taking the ball out of the glove to your hand and dropping it. Didn't take much.
0-2 the count. Runner off first. Upton will put it in the air. Shallow center Jones. One away. Our PNC postgame tune and a reminder brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever and you. You get the analysis. Jim and Rick will be standing by here at the yard to take a look at how this game ends. Jim will join them. You'll hear Buck in the press conference downstairs, player interviews and more, all coming up. O's Extra, our postgame show. Jeff Keppinger. 1 down, runner at first base. Keppinger has been called out twice on strikes. 0 for 5. That's going to be a base hit. Jones will play it on the second hop and hold Rodriguez at second. So 2 singles here in the 6th inning. 2 on, 1 away for the home run hitter in the ball game.
Yeah, Keppinger says I don't want to get to 2 strikes. He had come in 71 at bats and only struck out twice. So a couple of low strikes called. He goes, I'm not going to waste any time. And then Brian Mattis throws it belt high in the middle of the plate. And he says, I'm a happy guy. They're trying to get back on the board. And again, Geyer with a home run on a high changeup.
2 on, Geyer. He likes this ballpark for homers, I guess. He made his major league debut here last May 6 at Camden Yards. He is a Rockville, Maryland native. And he hit a 2-run homer in his first plate appearance. He is the first and only player ever to do that here at Camden Yards, to pick up a home run in his first plate appearance. And he had a lot of family and friends on hand watching the game. It came down from the D.C. area.
Yeah, I saw him the next day, and I congratulated him down underneath when I was coming in, and they sent him out that afternoon.
Broken back ground ball to third. There's one. Tollison. There, it's not going to get it. A chance for 2. The ball skips away, and Betamit unable to pick it. So it will be a force out at third base, and then an error on the throw. Second error on the Orioles.
So pretty routine. Again, let's see the arm strength. And again, he throws a sinker, and it's out there. Again, I mean, pretty routine right here. Tag it. There's your force play. There's your second out. Strong throw, a little 2-3 feet higher. And again, not playing a lot of first base. Boog Powell to Shera. Maybe Chris Davis made a big pick last night. So a chance for the Rays with the base hit to get back into this game.
That leaves two in scoring position with two down. And of course, as only the great theater of baseball could do, Luke Scott could be the man at the plate. He has struck out and flied out. Orioles put the shift on. Pitches inside. The former Oriole with a hit in 5 at bats so far in the series. Does have a 3-game hit streak. He is 4th in RBIs among the DHs in the American League coming into today's play. Scott with 22 RBIs and 7 home runs. Here's the 1-0 delivery to him way inside. Exposito had to go get that one, and the count goes to 2-0.
Well, 7 errors, almost like a spring training game where you're thinking about starting the season.
Orioles with 3 unearned runs, the difference in the game.
Well, again, Brian stood straight up on both of those pitches, on the curveball and then the fastball. You want to get the ball to the outside corner, you better stay through your pitches.
2-0 delivery. And the count goes to 3-0. Elliott Johnson waiting on deck. Ella, the first action the Orioles have had in the bullpen tonight. He is just starting to throw. .3-0 the count. Keppinger the lead runner at third. Geyer's on at second base.
Now, you talked about, are you going to swing 3-0? I think that may be the case.
Runs have been so hard to come by for Tampa Bay. Keppinger and Geyer out there.
Well, it ought to be a fastball, and you have a fastball hitter. So if you're Joe Madden, you're probably maybe on the same page. Yep.
And he was swinging and fouled it off. 32,862, 32,862. A big walk-up on this beautiful evening here at Camden Yards, and you're seeing another real good ball game. These two teams battling for first in the American League East. The Orioles a game ahead of Tampa Bay with a victory they put up last night. Scott with a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Mattis gets it in. Called strike. 3-2.
Yeah, Luke thinks it's high, and sometimes it is. It's, again, I think we've seen with a couple of occasions just balls over the plate by Cara Parza. He thinks it just floats over the strike zone, but probably a little more conventional strike zone tonight.
Oh, another big pitch in this game. Orioles lead at 4-1. 2 down, 3-2 count. Runners at second and third.
Well, the breaking ball better be a little bit better than that last one.
Fastball, and that's going to be a base hit. Jones coming in to get it. Keppinger scores. Geyer will score. Scott delivers. A 2 RBI single to make it a 1-run ball game. It is 4-3.
Boy, how many times did we see Luke Scott get his arms extended? And that's exactly what he does. Not a horrible pitch, but a great approach. Stays on it. The front shoulder, the one that he had surgery on, stays closed, and he hits a bullet into center field. So the Tollison low throw keeps the inning alive, and the Rays add a couple of more runs.
Luke Scott returning to Baltimore. Scored the first run of the ball game last night, and ends up picking up a couple of RBIs in this one so far. And Scott now has 24 in the year to lead Tampa Bay in runs batted in, and makes it a 1-run ball game on the 6th hit of the night for the Rays. Now he's at first base, and here's Elliott Johnson. Johnson, last time up, put himself out as a ball that trickled out in front of the plate ended up hitting him in fair territory. The put out going to the catcher, and he is grounded out 0 for 2. Johnson, switch hitter, 217 right-handed, 217 left. 0-1. That will miss away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And Mattis up to 91 pitches thrown in the ball game.
Well, 3 base hits is in this inning, and they're all been kind of filtered back into the middle of the plate. So just needs to make a better pitch to get out of it. And there it is.
Error really set up the base hit by Scott. The overthrow by Tollefson, allowing the runners to move up.
You can't assume that's going to be a double play, I don't believe.
Nope.
But it certainly could have been an out, and then you're out of the inning.
1 ball, 2 strike count. The Orioles host the Yankees at Camden Yards. A brief 2-game series Monday and Tuesday. Get your seats now for this American League East rivalry and see all the great new amenities here at Camden Yards. 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com. 1-2 inside. Exposito again scooping. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Well, yet another tight ball game. 2-2. Scott hanging close to first base. 2-2 delivery. Ground ball down to third. Tollefson charging. Got to make a running throw and doesn't get him. It's an infield hit. Johnson with good speed gets the single. Scott goes to second.
Now ready for steals, and again a pretty good breaking ball. All he can do is roll it. So with 2 outs, you can see Steve Tollefson deep, comes in, circles it, good angle, snap throw, but the speed, that last step right there, that's what we're talking about. Foot gets down, beats the ball, and the inning alive for the Rays.
And that will be it for Brian Mattis as he will leave here in the 6th inning with a chance to pick up his 2nd win of the year. And Luis Ayala will come out of the bullpen. So far, hoping the bullpen can hold the lead, and the bullpen will start with Luis Ayala coming on.
Yeah, he pitched again in the game, the first game on Thursday. So there's Brian with 5 really good innings. Kind of lost a little bit in the 6th, got some balls up. They took advantage of it. If he was going real well, Tollefson would have made the play. Inning would have been over, but he didn't. And now you hope that Luis Ayala. And again, in that first game on Thursday, the doubleheader against the Rangers, gave up his first runs. The righties, real tough time, and then the lefties. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Rays. Lefties with a little better numbers.
So due up was the catcher, Jimenez. Joyce will be coming to the plate with the right-hander on the mound. Runners on at first and second base. There are 2 down. So part of the bench that did not start because the left-hander was out there. Joyce will get the opportunity. Is 0 for 1 off Ayala. And the potential tying run, Luke Scott out at second base.
Yeah, how do you judge relievers, inherited runners. 2 out of 5 have scored off Luis.
Shift is put on against Joyce. Ayala looks back, and the delivery is swung on a miss. Again, Ayala with the left-handers. They are 7 out of 27, 259 against him. Right-handers 182. There's the shift.
Well, Matt Joyce, a really good fastball hitter, and so what does he do? He turns over a changeup, 85. Luis 89 to 92 with his fastball. And he's got a slider. Really short arms it. Don't see it very well.
0-1 deliveries down low for Joyce. This year against the lefties, 267, 296 off right-handers, and 6 of his 7 home runs have been hit against righties. So Tampa Bay making a game of it here in the 6th inning. Luke Scott, the 2 RBI base hit. He's the lead runner at second. Elliott Johnson a single on at first base. The 1 ball 1 strike delivered to Joyce. Check swing and a called strike. 1-2.
We'll take a look, and somewhere around the inside corner with a breaking ball. 19 home runs for Matt Joyce last year. The first year he's ever had a chance for the Rays to play pretty much full time.
At that game-winning home run against the Yankees, David Robertson, this week in their series there. And the pitch is inside again. Exposito going inside to get it.
Yeah, pretty much a ball off the plate, just making sure it doesn't get by him.
Brian Mattis watching. Those runners out there, his responsibility. 2 ball 2 strike count. Matt Joyce, 3 doubles, 7 homers, extra base hits. Can't get together on the signs. Exposito will head out to talk with Ayala. Let's show all the hoping this bullpen that has been so good all year can get it done again. The Orioles bullpen continues to put up a great ERA of 2.13 overall. The pen is now second in the American League in ERA. 2 balls 2 strikes, and it'll stay that way.
Yeah, the pen's great, and again, you look down and you go, well, how about another inning and a third just to make them even better when you get into August and September and July. So again, having to come in and at least pitch 3 1/3 innings. A lot of innings for your bullpen.
Big shift on. Outfield deep against Joyce. Ayala with a 2-2. And a swing and a miss. So Ayala gets the strikeout. A couple of runs score. They do it on 4 hits and leave 2 on base. 4-3 Orioles.
Steve Tollefson, Orioles trailing 1-0, double over the bag. The Orioles will score 2 as it gets by Brandon Guyer. And then with a score 2-1, 2-run single by Adam Jones. And then the Rays come back. Luke Scott 2-run single up the middle to make it 4-3. Ayala would come in, get Madison, the Orioles, out of harm's way. There are the numbers for Brian Mattis. Adam Jones again with that 2-run single in the 5th. And then Brandon Guyer hanging changeup for a solo home run back in the 2nd for the Rays.
Molina will come on to do the catching as they pinch hit. Joyce was the pinch hitter, and he stays in the ball game, and left. Guyer's out. And the breaking ball is in for a strike. So the Orioles again a 1-run ball game, bottom of the 6th. And Steve Tollefson leading it off. The Orioles sent 8 to the plate in that 5th inning. Came away with only 2 runs though and left the bases loaded. And that will be fouled off. Tollefson has had a double, and RBI. He is flied out. The Orioles have 3 unearned runs. Compliments of 5 errors that have been committed by the Rays. The Orioles have given up an unearned run. Those runs in the 6th inning, 2 of them 1 unearned. So Brian Mattis charged with 3 runs, 2 earned, 7 hits, 5 2/3 innings with a walk and 5 strikeouts. And that's going to go to center field. Upton coming, diving, and a nice catch. Upton's got it. Tollefson is retired.
Yeah, Phil Cousy is going to go out there and call it. Really hard to see if he got the glove. Hunter gets a great jump. Yep, up there on the almost in the heel of the glove and then into the webbing. Wade Davis says thank you very much, Mr. Upton. Now you go all the way back to 2009, Gary, and we saw Wade Davis, his 3rd start in the big leagues, 10 strikeouts, complete game shutout, and probably about 23 at that time. And I said, oh, can this kid throw? And then he would always pitch pretty well, but he didn't throw like he, at least velocity wise, like he did last inning. And see, good curveball, 94, 95.
Exposito up against him here. He has reached on a big error on a catcher's interference in the 5th inning that started it out for the Orioles. He'll foul that one away. Otherwise, he has struck out. Exposito would have been out in the inning had there not been the catcher interference. It's going to be an easy putout. 1-2. And Dino, leadoff batter, waiting on deck for the Orioles, and he'll punch that one to right field, and Adam balls over us. 2 down, a couple of fly ball outs. For every Orioles walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield will contribute $50 to support the American Heart Association Heart Walk. To date, the Orioles have drawn 96 walks, a total of $4,800. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer here with the 32,800 plus, and a ball game yet to be decided. And Dino will take it for a strike. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. A double his first time up would get him out of an 0 for 10. He has since flied out and popped out, hitting at 287. Davis's pitch is taken down low for a ball. A couple of quick outs recorded this inning by Davis.
Why, I think you could venture to say he might be the best long man in baseball. 11-game winner, relegated to the bullpen because of some of their young starters here with Tampa.
Pretty good luxury to have a guy like that available. And Dino's 0 for 7 off him. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that'll be outside. Orioles are winners of 13 of their last 17 games. Going through this tough stretch. It started on the road, Boston, New York, Texas coming in, Tampa Bay, and then the Yankees. Rick Showalter's team now number 1 in the East. And Dino on a check swing and around, he'll tag him out, or at least try to. He's out of there. So the strikeout recorded by Davis, that will be his 2nd, and we'll go to the 7th inning of a 1-run ball game. Series finale. Jake Arrieta will be taking the mound against James Shields. Our coverage on MASN HD starts at 1 with O's Extra, presented by Jeep, followed by our game coverage 1:30 on MASN HD and WJZ. All the access you need right here on MASN. And a real good matchup. Look at the start for Shields, 5-1.
16 game winner for Shields, and Jake Arrieta, before he shut down, 10 wins last season. Shields, I believe, 3rd in Cy Young voting last year. Luis Ayala saying, hey, watch out, this guy bunts. Talking about Will Rhymes.
Tollison moves in at third base for the Orioles. Rhymes batting in the 9 spot has reached on an error strikeout. Zobrist and Rodriguez are due up. Ayala, there's the bunt. He's going to try and do it himself. Gets it and gets it.
There you go. Everybody on the same page. Even Will Rhymes tries to bunt his way on. I mean, this is a terrific play, because if he doesn't come up with it, in other words, not an easy play having to barehand it, but makes a perfect throw. Rhymes playing with the Tigers off and on the last 2 years.
So a big first out here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Zobrist, 0 for 2 and a walk. He is 0 for 4 so far in the 2 games, but he's picked up 4 walks in the 2 ball games. Zobrist 0 for 1 off Ayala. And Ayala's pitch is in there for a strike. Ben Zobrist, switch hitter, 128 right-handed, 246 left. 3 of his 4 home runs have been hit from the left side of the plate. Tollison stays in at third. Zobrist can also lay it down if he needs to. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him, and that's chop foul. Line on this one: 4-4-2 for the Orioles, 3-7-5 for the Rays. Rays came in having committed 23 errors on the season. They've added 5 in this game. They had given up 11 unearned runs on the season. They have given up 3 in this ball game. 0-2 pitch, and there's another chopper. Exposito says, I got it. He wasn't lying. 2 down. Our PNC minor league report brought to you by PNC, for the achiever in you. As you take a look at Greg Burke, who at AA Bowie this season, he's put up some really good numbers. 6 consecutive scoreless appearances. It's his first season with the Orioles, 8th year as a pro. Over 310 games in the minor leagues. They signed him as a minor league free agent. Turned him into a submarine pitcher during spring training, and so far, so good.
Yeah, big guy at 6'4". So, well, there you go. Different arm angle. Rick Peterson, who is now the minor league pitching coordinator, said it's all bend at the waist, different spine angle.
Sure is a different look,
yeah,
as Darren O'Day proves. John Rodriguez, nice pitch by Ayala.
Well, one of the more interesting chapters in Moneyball was about Chad Bradford. He came up with Oakland. White Sox, they got him, I think, from the White Sox, and Oakland got him because he could throw grounders, and we had him here for a couple of years. Pretty dependable.
1 ball, 1 strikeout, 2 away. Rodriguez hitting at .232. And Ayala will just miss inside. Single his last time up. He has struck out in into a double play. 10-game hit streak for Rodriguez. Badenhop up in the bullpen for Tampa Bay. Rodriguez, second longest hit streak of his career. Has had one earlier, 15 games back in 2010. And he'll foul that one off. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Ayala trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Brian Madish recorded a 1-2-3 in the 4th. Gaia with a home run in the 2nd inning. 2 RBI single Luke Scott in the 6th, accounting for the Tampa runs. Orioles RBI double by Tollison. Another run scored on an error. Jones a 2 RBI base hit. Ground ball to short. Hardy over. It's not that easy. 3 up, 3 down. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey. Fly straight. Drink responsibly. Adam Jones, Robert Andino, Wayne Kirby, Rudy Arias involved in it. With the Ken Dixon, Rick Krivner, who are alumni of the Orioles. With a little instruction for the kids. And the Challenger League Clinic at Freedom Field today also held. Jake Arrieta, Jim Johnson involved in that one. Al Bumbry, Bill Swaggerty also there. The kids got autographs, complimentary Junior Orioles Dugout Club memberships, tickets to the ball game against the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. That's the Orioles. Very fine projects, the Baltimore City Clinic and the Challenger League Clinic today. Fans stretching it out here. 7th inning stretch time. The Orioles have the 4-3 lead at Camden Yards, trying to put their second away against Tampa Bay, and the bullpen called on again.
Yeah, Burke Badenhop comes on. I mean, Wade Davis does a terrific job. Runners at second and third gets out of that inning to keep it at 4-1. They come back with 2, make it 4-3. And you could see the one thing. I mean, again, more hits than innings pitched, but the home run balls. 4 home runs in 15 2/3 innings. The other thing, maybe you're holding your breath a little bit. He's so good at home. No runs in 8 2/3 innings for Burke, and on the road, 7 innings, 9 earned runs. So much better down at the Trop. See what he has tonight.
Consistent with what Tampa Bay's done. 13-3 at home and 7-10 on the road. The Orioles trying to add to their road woes in this ball game as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, hard to the lineup for the O's too.
And Hardy will take the pitch away for a ball. For JJ, a single and a run scored. He has flied out and struck out in the ball game. Hardy now hitting at .234, 8 home runs on the year. Badenhop's delivery to him, a little sidearm himself right there, and a 1-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, he's somewhere down in and a 3/4 to maybe a little bit below it. Big guy at 6'5", so a lot of arms and legs. And there's that little
outside
sinker.
Corner.
You can see the ball running back left to right.
Hardy is 2 for 7 off Badenhop.
So
1 and 2.
Yeah, he knows him from the National League, no doubt.
Infield plays Hardy to pull. 1-2 pitch, pitched away and got him.
Well, you can see the deception right there, because J.J. Hardy, as hot as he's been, very rarely will take a pitch like this. I mean, late movement, runs back a little bit. A lot of stuff. I mean, look at the front arm up there and then over. Very easy again.
Orioles have struck out 9 times in the ball game. The O's continue to pile up those numbers in the American League. Here's Nick Markakis. Nick has drawn a couple of walks and he is grounded out. And Badenhop's pitch to him is in there for a strike. Both of these teams have taken advantage of the other's errors in this game and not much more offensively. Markakis on the big cut and a miss. Nick's 1 for 1 in the only at bat he has against this right-hander.
Yeah, like so many youngsters, 19th round draft choice, a starter early on in his career. In fact, 34 and 17 in the minors, and then moved to the bullpen with the Marlins.
0-2 pitch, got him. When Nick really doesn't like that one, but it's strike 3.
Well, Burke's on the move. I mean, that breaking ball again, somewhere around the outside corner. And you could see anytime a catcher, and Molina, you could see move the glove 3 inches. It went around the corner, but again, Vic Carapazza calls him out.
So quickly, 2 down in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
I'm watching Burke Badenhop, and when he gets an out, kind of like Frank Howard used to play left field, big circles, you wear out the grass. I mean, he's moving.
All energy.
And so is his fastball.
Strikes.
Yeah.
He has the 0-1 count. Jones will hit that off his own leg on the foul ball, and the count will go to 2 strikes. Voting for the 2012 All-Star Game, you can do that at Orioles.com/All-Star. Vote at least 20 times to honor the 20th anniversary of the ballpark. You can vote up to 25 times online. Vote early, vote often. Orioles.com/All-Star. 0-2 count, 2 away. And that'll go to the middle base hit. They were playing Jones shortstop-wise way over to third. Upton will get it in. Adam Jones picks up the base hit. He's got a 2-for-4 ball game.
Yeah, they play in the pull and the breaking ball. He waits and he waits. Hit a change up off of Moore for a 2-run single. I mean, short, there he is. There's the shortstop way over there on the left, Elliott Johnson.
So the Orioles will try for the 2-out rally. Jones continues to be the outstanding hitter on the ball club when there are 2 down.
Will he run? Will you try to pick up maybe a Molina again? 37% lifetime. Badenhop certainly aware that Adam Jones can steal some bases.
Wieters stands out to look down to third. Wieters drew a walk in the 2nd inning and scored. He has struck out and flied out. Not had a hit in his last 11 at bats. Shift is on against him with the second baseman playing shallow right and nobody up the middle.
Yeah, one of the big outs that the Rays got tonight was Wade Davis getting Matt Wieters with only 1 out to pop up to short left. Orioles could not score with runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Wieters will take it, and that one will miss. 1-0. Badenhop with 2 down. Wieters takes the pitch, and that's going to be inside, and a 2-0 count. Wieters gets the advantage here in the shift because shortstop probably would be over on the other side of second base, but they don't want to do that here with Jones at first and probably and a possibility of running. You hit that shortstop at a tough angle trying to go back the other way to cover second.
Well, he could be playing where a lot of, I mean, you could move right about here and then just kind of meander over to the base.
I'm surprised he's not.
Yeah, and that's unusual. But again, they have their charts, and
they're not going to pitch to Matt. Maybe they get it in for a strike, and it goes to 3-1.
I think the other factor is also that maybe because Badenhop has a running fastball, they think that maybe if he does hit the ball on the ground, it'll be to the left side.
3-ball, 1 strike. Jones off first base, not going. Wieters with a big cut on the off-speed delivery. 3-2.
What a nice changeup that was.
Badenhop, if anything, emphasized the arm speed to make it look like a fastball.
Well, again, he's such a big guy, all arms and legs, and then he sold it like a used car.
29-year-old right-hander. 3-2. Runner will be going. Wieters takes a breaking ball. Wow. How about the little shimmy on that one? So the Orioles 3 strikeouts in the inning. Jones a single. He's left stranded. It remains 4-3 O's. Brought to you by Miller Lite. She's texting that fact to all of her friends.
Thought it was a reflective moment for that young lady. Well, reflect on this. Pedro Strop is coming in back-to-back nights. Everybody talking, even the Rays saying he was so impressive last night. And again, the Orioles picking him up on waivers, kind of the part of the Michael Gonzalez trade. And they were commenting, not a bad way when you're able to end your bullpen with Strop. And again, it was Lindstrom to get to Jim Johnson, your closer. But he was magnificent last night, as he's been. Great numbers.
Strop came on in the 8th inning last night. He got Upton, Scott, and Keppinger, retiring them in order. Here he gets Upton, Keppinger, and Molina. B.J. Upton stands in, and Strob's pitch is a strike to him. Upton a single, 1 for 3.
Well, he's a key guy because well, first of all, his home run power, but if he gets on, the ability to steal bases, even though, again, with the back problems, hasn't stolen as many.
Big cut on a pitch down and in.
Well, that's 97. It starts about the inside third of the plate. If you're B.J. Upton, you think it's going to stay there, and then it runs to the inside corner. Not too many guys can get the ball to move like that in the strike zone.
Upton 2 for his last 17, hitting at 277. And the fastball will garner his attention, as well as take care of his shaving tomorrow morning. And the count goes to 1-2. Rays have out-hit the Orioles 7-5. But those big 5 errors they committed have been very costly. That one will miss, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles have to win number 22 on the year if they can put this ball game away against Tampa Bay. But again, it looks like we are going to have a real tight finish. And a swing and a miss, and got him.
Well, the Orioles get Pedro Strop last year. He goes 2-0. He gives up 1 run in 12 and third innings because not only does he throw hard, in fact, he's throwing harder this year with this slider. I mean, it's a devastating slider for right-handed batters. And then you couple it with his ability to throw in the upper 90s. Very, very tough. That generates bat speed.
Here's Jeff Keppinger. Strop now 18 strikeouts, 19 in the third innings. Pitch is down low. Keppinger has had a single. He has struck out twice in the game. 7 strikeouts have been recorded by the Oriole pitchers, while the Tampa Bay pitchers have picked up 11. 1-0 delivery. That's outside. Strop falling off on the follow through, and the count will go to 2-0.
A lot of confidence in his slider. He'll throw it in any count. But he bounced that one to get into a 2-0 hitters count.
And that one also gets bounced, scooped up, and the count goes to 3-0. Capinger to be followed by Molina, the catcher, is going to be getting his first at bat in the ball game. .3-0 count. He'll be taking, does, and it's a strike.
Again, we told you it doesn't hit a lot of home runs. Last year, 6. In about 583 at bats, but he gets to see a bunch of pitches. And now you have to throw a strike.
And that's going to go to short. Hardy over to get it. He's got it. 2 down. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T player of the game. The candidates tonight: Adam Jones. He's had a big 2 RBI single, couple of hits in the ball game. Luke Scott, who has delivered 2 RBIs for Tampa Bay, and Brian Mattis, who gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, 7 hits, 5 2/3. Text in your vote, ABFC 31826. There is Adam moving over towards right field against Molina. Molina had no intention of swinging, no matter where that pitch was, and it was away for a ball. This is Molina's first at bat, and that one's going to be away. 2-0. He's had a couple of home runs, hitting .278 over the last 6 games. Started to pick the pace up a little bit on the year for the catcher.
Well, Gary, he's smart enough and he's played enough. You know, he's going to look for something in the middle of the plate and let it go.
And knocked that one down and in.
Well, yeah, again, it starts in the middle of the plate and moves about 8 inches.
Molina hitting just .213, couple of home runs, 4 doubles, the extra base hits. Molina has struck out 14 times, only 2 walks. 2-1 delivery to him, down to third, and a foul. And in our Maryland Lottery contest tonight, Richard, there have been 7 strikeouts, $1,200 coming your way so far. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, play Strike It Rich scratch-offs, then enter your non-winning ticket codes at mdlottery.com/strikeItRich.
Richard would like Orioles strikeouts to be added to his total.
Yes.
All 11 of them.
Maybe more to come. 2-2, Molina will take it. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count. 2 away. 7th inning, the Orioles, 8th inning, the Orioles up by a score of 4-3. Three unearned runs for the O's tonight. J.P. Howell ready in the pen. 3-2 to Molina. There's another one. 2 strikeouts for Strop, who retires the side in order as he did in the 8th inning of the ball game last night. And the Orioles remain on top going to the bottom of the 8th, 4-3. Airlines returns to Camden Yards Saturday, May 26th, when the Orioles take on the Royals, a special 4:05 matinee. One low price, you can get a reserve Utah Street bleacher seat, the 2110 Utah Street t-shirt. Space is limited, so join Nick Markakis, Adam Jones. Tickets 888-848-BIRD, or go to Orioles.com. Going to the bullpen again, here's J.P. Howell.
Yeah, 29-year-old left-hander, a great changeup. He came up. He was actually originally a starter, 1-6. Next year they moved the bullpen, went 6-1. Shoulder problem for a couple of years, so he has come back from that. Those are the numbers: left-handers and right-handers against him.
Badenhop worked an inning, gave up one hit, and struck the side out.
Yeah, one year he was even their closer, had 17 saves.
Here is Betemit. He has struck out twice, drawn a walk. Orioles will try and add those ever important late runs here in a one-run ball game. And the off-speed pitch is taken up high for a ball. Betemit 0 for 3. Lifetime off Howell.
Yeah, he's the type of guy, the way he falls off, that not Wilson Betemit's trying to hit a home run and drive a ball somewhere, but a lot of right-handed hitters could just push it to first base.
Betemit has had one homer off a lefty this year. He's hitting .217 against left-handers. Davis out of the bullpen. Wade Davis inning 2/3. He struck out 2, walked 1, gave up no hits. Matt Moore, the starter, 4 runs, 1 earned. 4 hits over 4 1/3 innings. And a 2-ball, 1 strikeout.
Well, there's the changeup, and again, it's a really good one.
Ryan Mattis and Moore are the pitchers of record still. Mattis 3 runs to earn, 5 2/3. And another strike called. It'll go to 2-2. Jim Johnson in the bullpen. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Betemit will take it, and he's gone.
Well, that's a great way to pitch. You get behind 2-0, change up 2-0, couple of hooks, and they're good ones. That's what J.P. Howell does. He gives up on it.
Now the Orioles came in 12 out of 14 teams in most strikeouts in the American League, and they certainly have added to that tonight. 13 of them. Here's Bill Hall. Hall has struck out twice and drawn a walk. He'll be followed by Tollison. Lifts that one in the air to right field. Going back near the wall. It is gone. Goodbye home run. In his first game as an Oriole, Bill Hall delivers a homer and makes it 5-3.
Well, like we said 2 years ago for the Red Sox, one of the Orioles' arch enemies hit 18 of them. With the Brewers 35 one year. So Howell again throws in the mid-80s after all those shoulder surgeries. Bill Hall gets a fastball up and away, and one of those Camden Yards home runs.
So Bill Hall welcomes himself to Camden Yards with his 125th Major League home run and his first as an Oriole.
Again, they lowered the wall in right field, so there's your fastball. You can see Jay, watch his head. He knows that he hit it pretty well. And again, they took about, 4 feet off the wall. So a nice combination, power the other way.
First home run that Howell's allowed, and obviously a very big run to make it 5-3. And the Orioles, their 54th home run of the year. They lead the majors in homers. Steve Tollison and the 1-1 delivery to him down to third, and that is foul. The Orioles coming into this ball game with the 53 home runs in 33 games. That is the most ever for an Orioles team in the first 33 games of a season. The Orioles continue on at a pace that would set a new mark for the Orioles in home runs.
Well, Jonesy's a month ahead of where he hit his 10th. Same with Nick Markakis.
And it's up high to Tollison, a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
And the irony is that Mark Reynolds, who led the team with 37, is now on the DL and had a slow start, and they're still whacking the ball out of the ballpark.
6 hits in the ball game for the Orioles. Tollison goes to center. Upton. And there are 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. The Orioles have had, including this ball game, 23 hits in the last 4 games, and 9 of the 23 have been home runs. 51% of the Oriole runs this year are coming off homers. Exposito will take the pitch for a strike. He reached on an error, scored in the 5th inning. He is struck out and flied out. Here's the 0-1 delivery and a check swing that's going to be away. But Showalter tonight was asked prior to the game, with Reynolds going on the DL and all the injuries and pitchers going out, how do you look at this? He said it's a chance for us to have our finest moment. Kind of putting MacArthur's words into a different sentence.
Well, they can continue to have some finer moments if they pitch well, and that's been the theme. Get your pitching better, make everybody think you have a chance to win, and they've done a nice job of that, and tonight included.
1-2 delivery, breaking ball will miss, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And then it's just up to your pitching staff. All you got to do is look across the field, and you look at a team that pitches about as well as anybody, and that's the Rays. And it keeps them in games. They won 91. They've been to the postseason 3 out of 4 years, and in most years, yeah, they have a good defense. Maybe not as good this year with guys out, but they can pitch.
2-2, 3 ball, 2 strike count. Bullpen has let Tampa Bay down this year. Their starters, 3rd best ERA coming into this game, but their bullpen's 11th, and they are 12th in allowing hits per 9 innings out of the pen. Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way, and that one fouled away by Exposito. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Orioles have a 5-3 lead in the game. Orioles have not lost a ball game where they've been able to pick up this kind of a lead, getting 5 runs, and the Orioles
14-0, I think. 5 runs or more.
3 ball, 2 strike count. Big crowds had a lot to cheer about. That'll go to short. It's going to be a very long throw. Johnson off the mark. Tag put on. Good play made by Keppinger to get the out. Bill Hall showed up, found himself in the lineup, says I might as well hit a home run. So he did here in the 8th inning and extends the Orioles lead to 5-3. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. So another chance for another save as Jim Johnson comes on in the 9th inning, aided by the Hall home run. Bill Hall will come out of the game. Flaherty goes to left.
Yeah, only the home run to David Murphy. That's the only run. 10 out of 10, 18 in a row when you go back to last season. Last night, 3 ground balls. Very efficient. You can see dominated righties. There you go with Jimmy Johnson. And then pretty routine right there. Of course, last night a 1-run game. Tonight a 2-run lead. Orioles by 2, up 5-3.
And it'll be Luke Scott leading it off, which is why that home run by Hall matters so much. You get the power hitter leading off the 9th inning. 2 RBI single for Scott tonight, 1 for 3. That's right into the shift. Hardy is there. 1 pitch and 1 out. Updating you in the voting for tonight's AT&T Player of the Game. Here are the numbers. You can still have your voice heard. A, B, or C. 31826 results in the O's Extra post-game show. The Oriole pitchers last night coming out of the bullpen got it done in a hurry. They retired 9 batters, 3 innings, 19 pitches. Jim Johnson threw only 8 in picking up the save in the ball game. And now they're trying to do the same sort of thing. Well, they've used 32 pitches so far in this game. Ayala worked an inning. Strop worked an inning. And now Johnson coming on.
Yeah, Ayala got out of that tough situation when he struck out Matt Joyce in the 6th. And again, the score at that time 4-3. And then Strop comes in, gets the Rays out in the 8th.
Carlos Pena is going to be the pinch hitter for Johnson. Pena did not start with the left-hander on the mound. Pena's 0 for 5. Lifetime off Jim Johnson.
But what he does do is walk a lot.
They need that to get the potential tying run to the plate.
And I think he knows that. I mean, obviously a home run guy. 28 last year for the Cubs. You know, long-time Ray. I mean, he played with a lot of teams, but he had some great years for him. And makes you throw strikes.
And that'll miss down low, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count. The Orioles a couple of outs away from trying to put another one away. They are 11-3 in games that have been decided by 2 or fewer runs. And this is a 2-run ball game. Here's the 2-1 delivery. That's going to go into the shift and caught. And boy, did that shift work. And Dino in shallow right field.
Well, there you go. They outshifted him. Joe Madden, the master of playing the shifts. The Yankees are going, boy, they took hit after hit after away, and that's exactly what the shift does. You play percentage baseball. Pena hits it pretty much on the nose, but Andino standing right there for the 2nd out.
2 down, 9th inning, Matt Joyce. 0 for 3 off Johnson. Orioles looking to make it 2 in a row against Tampa Bay. That'll be inside for a ball. Orioles trying to extend their lead in the American League East to 2 games over the Rays. These teams meeting for the first time this year in this 3-game set. The 1-0 delivery. Joyce will take it for a strike. Two ball, 1-strike count. The Orioles benefiting from the 5 errors in this ball game that allowed 3 unearned runs. Matt Moore suffered through that. He would take the loss in this game. Down to first base, and that's the ball game. Benavides records the out. The Orioles record the win. Mattis goes 2-4. The winner, Moore 1-3. The loser, and Johnson remains perfect in picking up saves on the season for the Orioles as he gets his 11th. And the Orioles will go into the Mother's Day game tomorrow with a chance at a sweep against